Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We still had a little bit of time on the timer, but I decided to start a little bit earlier. I am excited for this match between the Emirates Lions / now they have got a new name, the Sigma Lions, taking on the British and Irish Lions, the first match of the British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa. It's going to be very exciting to watch. I hope you guys are as hyped for it as I am. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. At this stage, this could be a very high-scoring game between these two sides, and I think that is why it's going to be so entertaining to watch. But yeah, I hope you are all doing well. At this stage, we are probably around 13 minutes or so away from kickoff. We are sitting almost 4 a.m. here in New Zealand, but didn't want to miss it. My cat is currently missing it because he is well and truly asleep at the moment. We have Oscar, bro. Are you in New Zealand? I am indeed. And are you too? Depending on whereabouts you're from, perhaps you are sitting at around this 3:48 p.m. or sorry, a.m. as well. We have got Vut, Prinzo, and also Aiden and Rugby Geeks in the chat. But nonetheless, we are going to be quickly waiting to see at the moment in the Wales game taking on Canada. There are still 13 minutes left, which means it's actually going to cut into the time that the British and Irish Lions tour would be taking place, which is not ideal. So depending on what they are going to do there, perhaps they will swap it to another channel for the first couple minutes of the match. But yeah, I am very excited for it. And hopefully that match, because of the fact that Wales have scored so many times, it is making it very difficult for them to be able to possibly have it coming on time. But nonetheless, I should say, we have got a whole heap of little pop-ups that we are going to be showing. First of all, the Emirates Lions. We will look at the home side here. And at this stage, I would say Jordan Hendricks, he is in that number 10 jersey. He has got a lot of pressure on him. He's still young. He's only got, I believe, 4 caps at this stage, and he is going to be taking on a British and Irish Lions unit. But the British and Irish Lions, they have actually made 14 changes to their starting lineup, so perhaps that will be that little bit of an extra chance for him to be able to have a good performance. But also the likes of Vincent Tachuka, he will be needing a good performance as well for the Lions. Here we have got in the chat as well, I'm South African born and bred, and you brother, says Prizzo, I am from New Zealand. And at the moment, yeah, like I mentioned, it is 3:50 a.m. here, but I didn't want to miss this game. Thought it was going to be a very good one to watch. And hopefully my pronunciations of some of these South African names won't be too bad. But do let me know if I do get them wrong, and I will try my best to improve on it. But at this stage also, they have got, it is going to be out on the wing, Max Wane. I feel like he could be one of the danger men for the British and Irish Lions, or up against the British and Irish Lions, I should say as well. And I'm quickly going to get the lineups up so that I can get ready for this live stream. But we will look at the British and Irish Lions now, and they have got a very decent side. Like I mentioned, 14 changes to that starting lineup. The only one that is unchanged is the man in the number 11 jersey, Josh Adams, and I believe he was on the right wing in the last match, but he has transitioned now to the left because of Duhan van der Merwe not being there anymore. It is going to be Lewis Rees-Sammer on that other side, Chris Harris and Owen Farrell making up the centre. Stuart Hogg is captain for this match because of the fact that Conor Murray was not selected in South Africa, I think about 20 kilometres from the stadium. So you aren't too far away. I wish there were crowds at these grounds. It would make it that much more fun to be able to watch it. I feel like the touring crowd as well for the British and Irish Lions tour, like the touring fans, are just what makes it that much better at the same time. But yeah, at this stage, it's going to be a hard side to beat for the Emirates Lions. The British and Irish Lions, they have got some very good names out on that field, and I am looking through them, and it's hard to pick a favourite on who I think will be able to shine for the performance for the British and Irish Lions. Looking at the reserves, though, we have got a few other names on there that could possibly have a bit of an impact in this one, depending on how it goes a little bit later on in the match. But yeah, at this stage, we are probably sitting around 10 minutes away from kickoff. There are still 11 minutes left in the Wales versus Canada game, which isn't completely ideal because that means that we will possibly have to find another way of watching the game for just the first little moment until it comes back up onto the Sky channel, which I can't actually hear at the moment, which I think I have got it on mute. There we go. I can hear it now. And I will put that back on mute for you guys as well. But looking through the British and Irish Lions, they have got a big tour ahead of them. First of all, they are going to be playing the Sharks. Then after that, they have got, it will be the Bulls, then South Africa A, and then the Stormers. And then after that, they have got the 3-match series up against the Springboks. So that's going to be very exciting to watch as well. And hopefully those are going to be all good games. But looking at this Emirates Lions side as well, a lot of people analysing the British and Irish Lions. Looking at the Emirates Lions, what have they been doing recently is the big question. In the competition, Rainbow Cup South Africa, they did finish last, unfortunately for them. But one of those wins that they did get was actually up against the Bulls, the team that ended up getting through to the final to face Benetton. And in that match, one of the things that I noticed for the Emirates Lions is the fact that they normally have relatively close games, even if they do end up losing them. Like you see, they won their game by 1 point, lost by 2 points, lost by 8. They're all very close matchups. And then, of course, there are a couple that were a little bit further apart as well. But yeah, at this stage in the competition that they're in at the moment, the Golden Lions, they are sitting second last. Unfortunately for them, just haven't quite been getting the rub of the green in that competition yet. So they will be hoping to be able to get maybe a huge upset here up against the British and Irish Lions. That would be incredible for them if they were able to do so. Good morning, Hamish. Hope you're well, mate. The rest of the day, I hope I didn't actually end up sleeping in between the live streams. I felt like if I ended up sleeping, I wouldn't wake up for this game. So I decided to power through. And after this one, I will be having a massive sleep. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, at this stage, it's going to be exciting to see what is going to be happening in this match. I hope it is going to be one that does keep me wide awake as well. But then also looking at the Emirates Lions, I have got some statistics here of their last couple matches in the competition for the Currie Cup. Close game with the Western Province. They were able to get that win. Then they lost to the Pumas in the first round. That was a little bit of an upset for everyone who was watching. And then also now the next game is going to be next week up against the Sharks. And that is going to be the team who the Emirates Lions, also the British and Irish Lions, are going to be playing second. But this British and Irish Lions side at this stage, their last game, they had the warm-up up against Japan. As you can see, 28-10 was the match result there. So not a bad performance from them. In the second half, Japan kind of started finding their feet, which I feel like is something that the British and Irish Lions won't be wanting to allow in this match up against the Emirates Lions. They are going to be starting it quick, starting it fast. And I feel like if they can do that, they will be in a very clinical position to be able to really pour on some points. But if you haven't already, be sure to vote in that poll to decide how many tries are going to be scored by the British and Irish Lions. I believe it is 1 or 2, 2 or 3 or 4, 5 or 6, and then 7+ in this one. I am curious to see what you say, and we appreciate the dedication as well, says Vut. And yeah, I just love doing these live streams with you guys as well. Good game, Ireland versus Japan. Very close one as well. I didn't actually get to watch the whole thing, but I did see that it was a very tight finish in the end. And at this stage, I have actually got it up on my iPad for the game in South Africa. It is a little bit blurry, but hopefully for the first couple minutes, it will be able to do while we wait for this Wales versus Canada game to end, which at the moment is sitting 61 points to Wales, 12 to Canada, high-scoring one between those two sides. 21 degrees max temperature, minimum 7 degrees there at Emirates Airline Park in Johannesburg. 11 kilometres a wind, not too much there. Nice conditions to play a game of rugby in, as it is currently sitting at, I believe it would be 6 p.m. almost in South Africa, but they are showing the front row for the British and Irish Lions. I will do the same. This is the British and Irish Lions. They are travelling there. They have made a lot of changes since the last match. Like I mentioned, huge amount of changes. The only man who is still out on the field who started the last match is the man in the number 11 jersey, Josh Adams, and he was on the other side. But Maro Itoje, he is one that people will be looking at and possibly being able to have a decent impact. But Hamish Watson also, he is going to be on debut. Hopefully, he does have a good game. He's got a good first name, I should mention, same as mine. So hopefully, he will have a decent game. And then it's going to be Finn Russell at 10. Interesting choice. A lot of people didn't expect him to be a British and Irish Lion, but he is there, and he has got Owen Farrell on his outside in that number 12 jersey. Alongside him, Chris Harris, and then out on the wing, Pace to Burn, Lewis Rees-Zammit, and Josh Adams, alongside Stuart Hogg, who will be closing out that back row of the backs. I guess you could say, and we always got Let's Go Lions Raw as well, says Sim Slayer. Nice win, Hamish. I did say New Zealand to win by 100. Did you run out of space? As well, says Anon. Luckily, I did still have space. I was starting to double up, though. If I wrote Will Jordan's name 5 times in a row, maybe it would have been a different story. But yeah, it was a very good win for New Zealand. I feel like it's one of those ones that it's a satisfying win for them, but then also I was almost hoping Tonga were going to be able to get some points on the board at the end of that one, just to try and get that try, just to make it a little bit more worth it for them, you know. But unfortunately for them, not quite able to do it. But they have still got an opportunity next week to qualify for the World Cup facing Samoa, and that should be a very exciting contest as well. Speaking of exciting contests, Wales are pouring on the points in this one at the moment. We have got Prinzo in the chat. I'm not too sure what that says. I am sorry there, but hopefully in terms of my African or Afrikaan pronunciations of these names, they won't be too bad overall. We have got their fingers and toes crossed for that one. But yeah, at this stage, almost 4 a.m. here in New Zealand. Kickoff, going to be a late one, but it should be a very exciting one. They are showing the benches and I will do the same for this match. Both sides have got some very decent players off the bench. Vunipola going to get his first run round. Also, Ferguson back from that injury. Sam Simmons, he has been explosive inside of the Gallagher Premiership for the Exeter Chiefs, hoping to do the same here, I would think. But then also a few decent names there. Dan Creel, he's had a decent few games for the Lions recently. Also, Carlos Sadie is a decent prop to be having coming off the bench alongside Emmanuel Chichuka as well, who will be coming on for one of the loose forwards. But at this stage, I would say we are probably around 5 to 10 minutes away from kickoff at this stage. At this stage, I should say. My voice is almost gone as well, which is a little bit concerning, but hopefully it will stick around for this whole live stream and it won't be too bad. It's going to be going till about 6 a.m. here in New Zealand, so it's going to be a late night, but it is going to be worth it if we do get to see a great game of rugby. Though I'm going to lose it for South African team, beat the Irish Lions as well, says Aiden. Wales, who are they playing? They are playing Canada, and at this stage, after 75 minutes, they are winning the match 61 points to 12 over Canada there. I'm going to laugh, I meant, as well, says Aiden. And that's the thing. Upsets can happen, but is it going to be the case? I feel like the only thing that can really cause a massive upset here in this game is possibly the conditions in terms of the altitude. Perhaps a little bit different. Also, the fact that it is going to be a winter game down here in the southern hemisphere rather than a southern game like they are used to up there. But they have been down here for about a week, the British and Irish Lions. So I don't think that's going to be too bad for them overall. But yeah, we are probably only around 5 minutes away from kickoff. The Emirates Lions and also the British and Irish Lions making their way down to the field now. Going to be a very exciting contest, and it is only going to be moments away as well. And that is why it is going to be so awesome to watch. They're coming through the tunnel. They have got the Lion as a mascot. Of course, Alan Wynne-Jones, he would have been loving to lead his side out there, but unfortunately, due to injury, it is going to be Stuart Hogg who does get the call up because of Connor Murray also not being selected for this match. It is going to be Ali Price starting this one for the British and Irish Lions. And then the reserve is not going to be Connor Murray. Instead, it is going to be a name that I have forgotten, but I have got it here, and it is going to be Gareth Davies. With Bundy Arkin and Elliot Daly as well as those reserves, that's going to be exciting to see what they can do off the bench, and it will be also exciting to see when they decide to go to them in that regard. But at this stage, the Emirates Lions walking out. They've got smiles on their faces, I believe, or actually that was the reserves for the British and Irish Lions. Maybe they know something we don't, but at this stage, the Emirates Lions charging out onto the field now, and this game is just about to get underway. It says that it is full time in this match between Wales and Canada, which means we will be switching straight over to the coverage of the British and Irish Lions. They're showing Owen Farrell at the moment. He will be hoping to have an impact in that number 12 jersey. I know a lot of people were questioning whether or not he will be having a decent match here. Right, we have got it up. There we go. Owen Farrell, we need to turn off the VPN and we are good to go now. And I am very happy with the fact that it has come up. I thought for a second Wales and Canada were going to be going a bit longer than initially anticipated, but they have hopped off the field. The Emirates Lions there with the huddle, the last preparations before this match does get underway between these two sides. It's going to be kicked off by the Emirates Lions, I believe, are going to be going left to right here. I thought for a second they had Rocky playing. I was thinking that they well and truly get them fired up. No, sorry, they're going right to left for this match, and it is going to be kicked off by that young man, Jordan Hendricks. A lot of pressure on him, but you know what they say, pressure makes a diamond. Jermaine is going for the Lions in this match. I think a lot of people from South Africa are as well. They want to see an upset in this first match of the British and Irish Lions tour. And there we are. We are putting the lineups, or sorry, not the lineups. That is going to be up on the screen, and kickoff is underway, and they have gone short straight away in the hands of Hamish Watson, getting a carry-on debut straight away for the British and Irish Lions. Ali Price there offloading to Laws, who is trying to drive forward. That's one thing the Lions need to make sure. They need to make sure that their defence is holding up strong for the first stages of this match. High ball there. Oh, it's gone straight for the hands of Phil Ewan. And it's gone backwards now. It's going to be claimed by Sinclair. And they are going to be on attack straight away. Mara Toje plays halfback. Finn Russell straight away going for the cross kick. Oh, Lewis Rees-Sammet trying to reach that one. Not quite able to. And it is going to be going back for the kick out on the full, unfortunately, from Finn Russell. We will also change this so that we are a little bit more of a red colour, seeing as both sides do love to wear a red. Out on the field, we have got Emirates Lions. Let's go as well, says Jermaine. And someone actually mentioned that they changed their name extremely recently to, I believe it is now the Sigma Lions, if I'm not wrong, which I didn't actually know up until, I saw it about 5 minutes before I made my thumbnail and whatnot. That one's going to be stolen by the British and Irish Lions. Man was pushed over there. Tachuka's got the ball in hand down the wing. 40 metres out at the moment are the Emirates Lions from the British and Irish Lions line. Another good tackle. And the defence overall in the game up against Japan from the British and Irish Lions was strong. And that is what they're going to need in this match as well. At this stage now, going to be Smith fires it back. It's going to be Johnny Hill and also Courtney Law slowing that one down. And the breakdown, Smith going to the left-hand side, no right-hand side. Sorry, now it's going to be out the back line. It's going to be Auden Dale now running sideways. But he is going to be tackled very hard in that one. And at this stage, they haven't been able to pierce the line yet. Or Maro Itoje rushing up, making himself a nuisance. And he's almost stolen the ball. Yes, he is. But now Smith is taking it straight back for the Emirates Lions. Right, at this stage, it seems like these two sides have come to play. That is for sure. The Emirates Lions not wanting to take a backward step up against this British and Irish Lions side. And they've got a good forward pack as well, I do have to say. But now it's going to be back into the hands of Hendrickson, firing it high. It's going to be lined up here, taken nicely. Was it by Hogg? Yes, he has. He's claimed that one beautifully. And that is 40 metres out from their own line here, the British and Irish Lions. Chris Harris over the ball there. Jamie George plays halfback, goes to Sinclair. Just trying to reset it a little bit here, the Lions. And I realise now, saying the Lions doesn't actually help us in this match because both sides are called the Lions. But now it's going to be Ali Price decides to go to the right-hand side, and now it's going to be a lot of space here available. And it is going to be Chris Harris dragged down in the midfield there. And I believe that would have been by Frankie Horn, maybe. If I'm not wrong, now it's going to be Courtney Laws running hard at the line once again. And that is one thing that the Emirates Lions will have to be careful of, because if they can pierce the gap here, the British and Irish Lions, they've got a good chance of scoring. Finn Russell, short ball to Maro Itoje. And they have made it past the halfway line now. Price goes back. Johnny Hill inside ball. Courtney Laws lined up in the tackle. Sorry, that was Falatau. And now Finn Russell out the back line. Jamie George, a little offload to Farrell. There's a bit of space now. Chris Harris has got the man on the outside. He does a little chip. Lewis Rees-Sammet's going all the way. And he's scored the try on debut. Lewis Rees-Sammet. I keep on saying Louis, but it's Lewis. And he has scored the opening try of the match for the British and Irish Lions. And that is exactly what they would have been wanting early on in this match. A little chip kicking behind. This man is going to be a future star, that is for sure. But the British and Irish Lions now leading this match. This was the first proper line break that they have had in this match. And all of a sudden, they are now rewarded with the points. Lewis Rees-Sammet, little chip behind from Harris. Beautifully done there for the British and Irish Lions. And it did lead to that try for Lewis Rees-Sammet on debut. It's going to be Owen Farrell with the kicking responsibilities here. Going to be straight out in front as well. Nice, easy kick for the man. So I will add the 2 points here. A little bit prematurely. No, he has got that one there. Owen Farrell. And because of it now, the score is going to be 7-0 to the British and Irish Lions over the Sigma Lions now. And now the big question for the Emirates Lions. Oh, sorry, I keep on calling them the Emirates Lions. I need to call them the Sigma Lions, though. But I feel like everyone knows them as the Emirates Lions at this stage. We have got a few people in the chat as well. Kana Koinen has said Ireland 39, 31 Japan. Disappointing from the Irish. Attack is non-existent. Had to dig deep. Japanese were excellent and know how to play rugby as well. And yeah, that's the thing. That game was an incredibly close one. And I feel like it was going almost right down to the wire. But of course, Irish players, few of them are out on the field at the moment for the British and Irish Lions. So it could have been maybe going either way at that stage. But yeah, it was a very entertaining game to watch as well. That one's been kicked high once again by Ali Price. Taken beautifully almost by Phil Ewan, but it has gone to the ground. And now it has been claimed by the forwards of the Emirates Lions / the Sigma Lions, I should say. And they are driving forward once again. They are only 40 metres out from their own line here. It's going to be Smith rolling the ball back here. Dylan Smith, that is. He is being told to use it. He is just taking his time here. I'll read the chat in a very short moment as well. But that one has gone beautifully high. Who is going to be taking it? Stuart Hogg committing once again. Oh, he takes it beautifully there, Stuart Hogg. Sinclair with the little offload to Price. Laws. A little bit of a juggle, but now he's finding a bit of space for himself. And he is driving forward into the half of the Sigma Lions. Price goes back. Finn Russell now going for the cross kick. Stuart Hogg is actually down at the moment. So that is unfortunately, that's not what we want to see in that situation. Stuart Hogg, they've already had enough injuries, the British and Irish Lions. Alan Wynne-Jones, that is. And also, all that ball's bounced out, but it's going into touch off the grubber as well. And we have also got in there greetings from Malaysia. Hi, Kiwi lads. Says MH Joy, welcome into the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. We have got Sam, where am I able to watch it? What country are you in at this stage? Sam, do let me know. And we'll try my best. I know New Zealand is Sky, as well as Stan Sports and KO for Australia, and maybe Rugby Pass, but I'm not too sure, unfortunately. And we have got there, Rowan has said, I thought you were actually streaming it as well. Unfortunately, I mean, I put it in the title, not showing game, so that you guys know that I'm not going to be showing any match footage, or else I do get banned off YouTube. Unfortunately, there are a few other people who are streaming it on YouTube as well, except they aren't going to be showing the game, as they do get taken down pretty much straight away. We have got, I missed the first try who scored, and it was Reece Zammit, who was able to score at 6 minutes past midnight. 27 degrees in Malaysia. That is a bit warm. That is for sure. Jamie George got the ball in hand at the moment, and it is going to be the line out, I believe, for the British and Irish Lions here. And we have got Zammit scored already. He did indeed on debut as well. Lewis Reece Zammit. I feel like that's a perfect way to kind of calm the nerves when you're out on that field. But a little chip in behind from Chris Harris, going to the front there for the British and Irish Lions. Finn Russell there. Going to Farrell now, flat ball to Chris Harris. He's run hard with the ball. Each time he's touched it to Chuka, not quite able to get that one. Laws now driving forward, offload to Atoje. On the 22 now are the British and Irish Lions, and they are looking aggressive on attack. Finn Russell goes back now. Little sell of the W instead went into the hands of Watson, but he has been dragged down as well. Ali Price trying to get it. Oh, it's going to be a penalty against the Sigma Lions. They're taken quickly there. Little offload to Sinclair, and they've got the advantage once again for offside here. And the British and Irish Lions only 5 metres out now. And they are looking like they are going to be able to get over the line extremely soon here. If this continues, Hamish Watson, another man on debut. And he's going to score it as well between the sticks. And that is another try for the British and Irish Lions. I'm going to add the conversion as well. But Hamish Watson, 2 players on debut so far scoring. And it is very impressive from them indeed. British and Irish Lions sitting 14 points to the 0 of the Emirates Lions. If you haven't already, be sure to vote in that poll that I have got in the chat, deciding how many tries we think the British and Irish Lions are going to be scoring. I can tell you now that 1 or 2, it's probably possibly out of the question at this stage. Another 100 points to 0, says Aiden. I don't know whether, I feel like the Emirates Lions are going to be able to score 1 though, or at least 1, I should say. And we have also got there, thank you for doing this, says Jim, no worries, and go on lads as well. And we have got on Farrell now taking this kick. We have got Gert in the chat once again. Hello from Vietnam. Welcome in, mate. What time is it at the moment in Vietnam? Do let me know. And we have got, it's time to add Japan to the Rugby Championship. They've shown themselves to be proper good attacking team. They'll definitely trouble Australia and maybe Argentina. And that's one thing that they were actually talking about on a New Zealand kind of rugby show. It is a breakdown. And they were saying that they would love to see Japan be involved in New Zealand rugby a little bit more. Whether it is kind of doing a little bit of that more, kind of like having international games with Japan more often, because of the fact that at the end of the day, they are a very solid side, and it is awesome to see them play. And the way that they're playing at the moment, they could definitely be a threat for some of the Southern Hemisphere sides. And as odd as it sounds, I think the issue is that Japan are not from the Southern Hemisphere. As well, says Sebastian, but that one has gone high now. Who's going to be taking it? And it's going to be Phil Ewan there. Going across the field once again, going to be kicked in behind by Jordan Hendrickson, but it has bounced just in the field of play. Thought it was going out for a second there. And we have also got, as odd as it sounds, I think, I read that one, do you think New Zealand will beat Italy by 100 points? It's a hard one. I don't think they'll quite get 100, but they could get quite a few. I mean, Tonga, unfortunately, like, when you look at it, they beat Tonga by 100 points, but Tonga had quite a few club-level players. So it's one of those ones that it's a bit tough for them to be able to kind of judge it a little bit. But I think that New Zealand may still get a decent performance over Italy, maybe be able to put on that 50 who scored the second try. Hopefully the Bulls will do better, and that was from Glenn, and the second try was scored by Hamish Watson. So far, Reece Zammit and Watson are the 2 try scorers. Oh, that's a contest in the air. It's going to be an advantage up against Reece Zammit there. And because of it now, it's going to be back to Chris Harris. And it is Owen Farrell carrying that ball. Around the side now, it's going to be in the hands of Finn Russell. Tries the little grubber in behind to Chuka there. Going to be almost jumping on that ball, but he dove over the top of it. And it is the touch flag on the far side. Going to be the throw in now for the British and Irish Lions. And Hamish Watson second try as well in the chat. And what was the final score with Japan and Ireland today? I had to go back to work and didn't watch it, or didn't watch end. As well, says Gemma Price. It was 39-31 in the end in that game as well. Hopefully the Bulls will do better, says Ninja Fan as well. Yeah, that's going to be an exciting match when it does happen on the halfway line. Now Watson running out of the line. He has been driven down. Of course, he missed the last match due to injury. Looking solid out there at the moment. Going to be now in the hands of Stuart Hogg. Straight over the ball was Phil Ewan, but he wasn't able to get that one for the Lions there. Going back now, flat ball from Courtney Laws, little knock on. And now it means that it is going to be the scrum feed of the Emirates Lions. Please mention the time that has transpired in the game now. And then thanks for doing this as well, says Brom. Sorry about that. I sometimes end up forgetting about it completely. But at this stage, we are currently sitting around 10 minutes into this match. And the British and Irish Lions already have been able to score those 2 tries, which is extremely impressive. Hamish Watson and Lewis Rees-Zammit were the 2. I keep on saying Louis, and I'm not sure why. I feel like it is Lewis, though, and I just get it wrong every once in a while, but it is going to be the scrum feed for the Emirates Lions now, / the Sigma Lions more recently. And yeah, it is going to be exciting to see how this one will be going for them. And there are 2 huge forward backs as well for these 2 sides. Definitely the front row as well. Like, it's one of those ones that the scrum could be very interesting between these 2 sides. Smith there, it's a little bit wobbly there, though. So we are going to have the scrum reset now. Just quickly updating something there. There we go, right. Should be good to go there now. Right, it is going to be the scrum feed. 11 minutes 45 into this match at the moment. 39-31 to Ireland in the end of the Guesses Glen. And also we have got there in the chat, sorry for spelling autocorrect, thank you. As I said, Gemma Price, and that shouldn't be an issue at all. I mean, Japan is almost next door to the Australasian nations. They'd have to fly halfway across the world for European championships or European matches, which is crazy as well. And mate, you're doing a great job. Fair play to you as well. Says Pennon. Hopefully I'll pronounce that somewhere correctly, but now it's going to be kicked in behind there from Hendrickson. Almost taken by Rees-Zammit now. He's close to the touchline, goes across to Stuart Hogg, and he has kicked that one down the middle of the field. It is a big boot downfield from Stuart Hogg. I think someone asked how he was going in this match so far as well, and he's been decent under the high ball so far, Stuart Hogg. That one's gone extremely high now. Oh, it's almost taken nicely by Price, but he does fumble it, but it went backwards. The hands are Finn Russell now. He loves a little chip in mind, another cross kick. Oh, it was almost intercepted. And that is one thing that people were saying about it is the man in the number 10 jersey, which in this one is Finn Russell. He's a little bit of an unorthodox player, which does make it very hard to mark, but also does make it a little bit risky there. But they are showing the man out on the left wing, I believe it was, for the Lions, and that is a man by the name of, the right wing, and that is Jumba Ulengo, I believe is how you pronounce that one. And we others got, you should be up to stream the Irish versus Japan game, or you should have been up to stream the Irish versus Japan game as well. Says I was actually still awake. It was just the fact that I was getting the thumbnail ready and pretty much trying to keep myself awake for this live stream here. But Smith now goes into the hands. Oh, that's a tip tackle almost there. And they're going back now for the penalty. Hamish Watson showing the physicality out there at the moment for the British and Irish Lions. 14 minutes into this match, 14-0 to the British and Irish Lions as well. Looking decent here early on. And it looks like it is going to be Hendrickson going for the corner now off this penalty. Not taking the kick at goal. They have decided that they are going to be trying their best to be able to get as many points as they can in this match, because you're not going to beat the British and Irish Lions with 3 pointers here the way that they are playing early on. And we have got what from Alistair. What is that in regarding to Alistair? We have got as well scored again yet. Says Aidan, that game is actually finished, and I believe they finished with the score of, I'll have it up here in just a moment. In the end, the score was 68-12 to Wales, so a very good performance from them. But now it is going to be the line-out throw for the Emirates Lions / Sigma Lions. Sorry, that one has gone to the front now. Going to be the rolling maul. I feel like saying Sigma Lions is going to take a little bit to get used to at this stage, but now it's going to be the rolling maul for the Sigma Lions now. It's moving decently. It's kind of rolling around all over the place. The ball has gone down to ground, and they've got the advantage now. The Lions once again. And I feel like this is going to be the game that it is the hardest to be able to work out the kind of, when you say the Lions, normally it does make it a little bit easier to be able to do so. But because it is Lions versus Lions here, around the side now, and the Sigma Lions only 10 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. Around the side, it is going to be Vincent Dechuka, a man who is very good with the ball in hand, making a couple extra metres. They've got another advantage here. At this stage, the discipline of the British and Irish Lions, they will have to be careful with it. They don't want to be ending up with a man in the bin this early on in the match. Courtney Law's on the ball, and that one was fine, but they are going back now for the penalty. It is going to be about 5 metres out as well. And I'm noticing the man in the number 12 jersey isn't actually the captain in this one. It was supposed to be Berger Oldendale, but I believe it is Manuel Russ, who they have decided to go with in that position. And we have also got in there stupid autocorrect as well. Says kind of coin for Hemisphere needs sleep. Hampshire needs sleep. He can't do every game. Has some dignity as well. And we also got in the chat from Gadu Squirrels. Welcome into the live stream. Just say British Lions versus Lions. Spritz do as well. Although, is that one thing? I feel like some people they get offended if you don't mention the Irish part. If you just call it the British Lions. But do let me know, go Bale. As well says Guto. But now there's going to be a beautiful rolling maul for the Emirates Lions. Only a metre short now. And the Sigma Lions, a brilliant opportunity here. Who is going to be taking it on? It looks like it's going to be Vincent Tachuka now. Tries to drive forward, gets through him back a metre or two. And now they are just trying to get the troops in the right position here. The Sigma Lions, that is great defence from the British and Irish Lions, though. Straight on the ball, almost was Johnny Hill. Not quite able to get it, trying to commit extra men to that breakdown by the looks of it. Right next to the breakdown is Hamish Watson meeting the wall. That was the Sigma Lions on attack. Now it's going to be Smith. Looks like they're going to be going back, perhaps. Do they decide to use this backline movement, or do they go for the big forwards once again? Here it's in the hands of the number 3. He is trying to make a couple extra metres, but they are slowly getting closer. It's a penalty again for the British and Irish, for the Sigma Lions. Going to keep on doing that by the sound of it. Nice brew. As well says Guto, and also another Irish sound about it as well. Says Pennon as well. And the Lions will suffer against the Springboks because our rugby is a lot more physical than European rugby. As well says Ninja Fan. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to be able to see whether or not they can handle that physicality of the Springboks. We saw it in the matchup against Georgia. They were a little bit rusty at times, the Springboks, but of course, coming back from almost a 2-year layoff will do that to you, trying to find that chemistry again. They look better in the second half, though. And, it's going to be exciting. And that is only going to be around a month away. The British and Irish Lions, they have got a few matches coming up in this tour. We'll show them up on the screen here very quickly for you guys. The first match, the next match for them is going to be a midweek one up against the Sharks. Then you look into the next one, and it's going to be up against the Bulls. That is in 7 days' time. Of course, these times are in New Zealand times, as you can see. Middle of the night games, unfortunately, over here. Then you've got South Africa taking on the British and Irish Lions in 11, with the last match being the Stormers taking on the British and Irish Lions. Then they move into the matches up against the Springboks, where it will be a 3-match series. And we have also got there in there British and Irish Lions, as well, says Guto. And also we have got there Chill Bro Relax. He's the New Zealand rugby guru as well. Says Aidan, and the commentator of the channel I'm watching is the most chill lad. He just calls them the African Lions and the European Lions as well, says Sebastian. Who is that? Do let me know. And yes, my brother says Tian as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It's a Pennon, as it's what's happening. Issa Pennon. Issa Pennon. I feel like I should be working this one out, but I can't quite get my brain to process it at 4:20 a.m. at the moment here in New Zealand. That I would take great offence, Amish. Ireland is not British except for the Ulstermen as well, says Kana Kuainan. But now it's going to be the scrum. It's gone down on the front row, so we are going to have another scrum reset here. But at this stage, the Sigma Lions have been inside of the 22 of the British and Irish Lions for a pretty long time. And if they can get some points on the board, give them a little bit of confidence perhaps heading forward. But we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. We are just seeing that it did go down in that front row, which is why we are having the scrum reset here. 18.5 minutes into this match at the moment. The All Blacks is the best, as well says Tian. We're going to have to wait and see when they do play the likes of the Springboks in the Rugby Championship. I've just realised my cat, you can actually see him once again. He's always in the background. He almost fell off the chair, unfortunately, by the looks of it. But he hasn't managed to stretch himself out. And he is going to be sitting back up there. He always wonders why I do these live streams at random hours of the night. And I feel like he has never quite worked it out there. That one's gone down on the front row again. Another scrum reset. And at this stage, referee may not be too far away from awarding a free kick to one of these sides. He is asking for stability. That is something that they have been lacking a little bit in the early stages of this match. Like I mentioned, 2 huge front rows for these two sides For the Emirates Lions / the Sigma Lions, you've got the likes of Nathan McBeth, PJ Butter, and also Ryan Dreyer. Then for the British and Irish Lions, you've got Wyn Jones, Jamie George, and also it is Kyle Sinclair. So it is an exciting battle at scrum time, that is for sure. And Kyle Sinclair, a man who did get brought in due to injury as well, and he will be very happy to be there at the moment. It's still looking pretty wobbly at the moment in that scrum, but it looks like, is it going down once again? It's going to be hard for the man to stay up, but he's doing extremely well. It's gone down in the front row, but it has gone out the back for Smith now. Going to be Phil Ewan running out of the line, only a metre short once again, but it was almost stolen by Watson. Smith now going back to the number 4, trying to make the metres, but he has been dragged down as well by the British and Irish Lions. The defence, 5 metres out from the line, has been very good so far in this match. Going back once again to the forwards, rush defence from the British and Irish Lions, making sure that they are timing it, not getting offside. Now it's going to be in the hands of Hendrickson with a good step. Hamish Watson, though, straight on the ball, hasn't lost his footing. Now it's going to be Smith going out the back line there. Going to be the captain, Berger Oldendale, but he is dragged down as well. Now, almost nailed by Johnny Hill around the side of the ruck there. Great low tackle from Mara Toje. This game is in fast motion at the moment, and no one is taking a backward step now. Up to 7 phases here for the Sigma Lions. And round the side, once again, it is going to be the man in the number 13 jersey, which in this one is Russ. Manuel Russ, that is. Are they going to be able to get over the line? At the moment, the British and Irish Lions, they just won't budge on defence. Up to 10 phases now. And by the looks of it, one of the players is in there trying to get the ball. It's going to be another penalty, though, up against the British and Irish Lions. That is about the 6th penalty. Up against them, only a few metres out from their own line. Surely they were on the last warning at this stage. The All Blacks won Tonga as well, says T, and they did indeed. Very high-scoring match, 102-0 for the All Black side over Tonga. Unfortunately, were Tonga allowed to bring their players in low? Great idea. Schedule a test, block a player entry as well, says Peter. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to feel for them because of the fact they had to bring in 14 debutants into that 23, and also they are going to be playing next week up against Samoa. And I'm not sure whether or not they will have those players back for that one either. And it's one of those ones, it's a Rugby World Cup qualifying matchup. And to not have like your best players from around the world kind of seems like a very stupid idea. Like in terms of when they have timed it, like I feel like they're better off rescheduling it till they can have those better players so that they have the best chance of qualifying. Everyone's got hey howdy, hey yo from Scrumless as well. Welcome into the live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in at the moment. 22.5 minutes into this match. And the Sigma Lions at this stage are 14-0 down, but they are trying to change that. Vincent Chachuka there, driving hard at Harris, but he has tackled Smith now. Offloading once again. Now it's going to be Scorman getting driven sideways here. They just can't quite get through the line. Hendricks are getting closer. Maro Toja, he sees the ball. He's fallen over the front there, and I believe that is going to be, or it could have almost been an advantage there for the Sigma Lions there. Kyle Sinclair not quite able to make that tackle, but he has managed to drag the man down. And at this stage now, Johnny Hill once again making a nuisance of himself, grabbing the guy's jersey, holding him in the ruck there. Maro Toje rushing up with that defence as well. And at this stage, are they going to be able to get over the line here, the Sigma Lions? They have been inside of the 22 of the British and Irish Lions for the past, I would say, around 7 or so minutes, but they just haven't quite been able to break through. That would give them the try that they need. Going to be once again on the hands of the big forwards. Now, I will mention a stat once we do have a stoppage in play as well, which is pretty interesting about the Sigma Lions. That one is going to be tackled once again there. I believe it was PJ Borta who was dragged down. The forwards are starting to look a little bit tired there. And it's going to be a penalty now for the British and Irish Lions. And people are fired up at the moment. They're pushing them around all over the place at this stage between these two sides. Owen Farrell in the forward pack of the Sigma Lions there. Stuart Hogg firing up the boys as well. And we always got I'm back in the Red Lions, but not the English playing or the English players in the team. No way as well, says Kana Koinen. And also we have got 10:30 a.m. Just woke up low. Went to bed with rugby. Waking up to rugby. Hi, hello. I live in heaven as well, says Scrum Lesson. That's the thing. I probably will need about a 20-hour sleep after all of the rugby that we have had on. I decided to stay up late for the Springboks game yesterday and didn't actually get to do a full live stream because of it. The VPN was playing up a little bit for me, but in the end now we are sitting at 4:30 a.m. here in New Zealand, and the next couple of days I think I'm going to be taking it nice and easy. At the moment they're having a bit of a drinks break by the looks of it. So at this stage it is going to be a great time to once again possibly look at those benches, I guess we could look at, because of the fact that they are showing the players getting a little bit puffed out there after just this physical game that we have been witnessing. 14-0 at the moment. Reece Sammer and also Hamish Watson were the two try scorers. They've got the likes of Sam Simmons, who I'm looking forward to seeing come out on the field for the British and Irish Lions. Also, Marco Vunipola. We haven't got Marco Vunipola Beer in the chat, but I'm sure he will be happy to see that man making his way out onto the field as well. At this stage, British and Irish Lions, they have done incredibly well not to concede any points yet. That defence has been very strong, but the stat that I was talking about before when I did mention it is the stat that so far the Emirates Lions in the Rainbow Cup South Africa, they had the most carries, I believe it was, and also the least meters gained or something along those lines, I believe it was. So it's one of those ones they just haven't quite been able to break through enough times there, and that is the case here as well on the halfway line now. The British and Irish Lions, little cellular dummy into the hands of Farrell, stolen by Tajuka though, in the breakdown and back in the side of the Lions once again. On the halfway line, it's going to be Smith firing this one in behind, going to be bouncing nicely, and it is going to be going into touch. Stuart Hogg can't do anything about that one. And now it is going to be the line out for the British and Irish Lions inside of their own 22. We have also got drinks breaks. Are they tied already? Says Aiden, this game's been played at a very fast pace so far. So I feel like maybe the drinks would have been required big time. And we have got all the games on Sky. I thought this they was on Channel 4, says Aaron. Depending on what country you are in, Aaron, live on Sky. Highlights on Channel 4, says Peter as well. So thank you very much for helping me out there. But yeah, in New Zealand, they have got the games on Sky in terms of Sky New Zealand, but they don't have the Springboks games, which seems weird. Like, I think they'll have the test matches, but they didn't have the match against Georgia, which did suck. Oh, that's an opportunity now. That ball is going to keep on rolling right back to the 22 of the Sigma Lions. Owen Farrell putting him under pressure as well, driving him backwards now. And now they will only have the one option, and that is to kick this ball away here. And it looks like Smith will be the man who is doing it, Dylan Smith. He has taken his time now, just getting the forward set for this kick, rolling it back a little bit more. Has been told to use it. And now he has put it into touch there. Good clearing kick there. Not going to be able to take the quick throw with that one. And we have got in there. What else have we missed? Wales 5 points, Scotland 5 points, England 4 points. We need some Irish scoring as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, at this stage, my voice is already disappearing. But so far in this one, it's going to be interesting to see. I think in the last match, the Irish, they did get a few points because of the likes of Robbie Henshaw, and also it was Tyke Byrne who was able to score. I am interested to know which country will score the most tries throughout this British and Irish Lions tour of these sides. But now it's going to be Josh Adams with the wide ball. Lewis Reece Sammer went just a little bit forward there. 14 likes, smash that like button, guys, and subscribe if you are new. You heard the man. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. We are going to be covering the rest of the British and Irish Lions tour, even though the games are on in the middle of the night here in New Zealand. It is still worth it just to be able to hang out with you guys at all hours of the night. It's currently 4:30 here in New Zealand, but didn't want to miss a game. And we have got 5:30 p.m. in Wales, mate. Few beers and a win today. And I'm on top of the world. Fair play to you staying up this long. We appreciate it, pal, as well. I still can't pronounce your name to save myself, though. I am sorry. But at this stage, yeah, it's a late night. And I did it yesterday as well. I feel like I need to be more strategic with how I plan out my kind of late night weekends now, or else I'll end up absolutely crashing during the whole week. We have also got Welsh with the most tries, thanks to Gatland as well. Yeah, I know that for the injuries, he actually brought in, was it 2 or 3 more Welsh players, if I'm not wrong. So that could have a little bit of something to do with it, perhaps, for why they are leading in terms of the try scores, but also because they have got a lot of talented players as well in that regard. This is like calling American Handig or American football, as they call it. They have a water break every single play as well, says Kanakoinen, and also Welsh with the most tries. It was there as well. Nightmare in Vanuatu. My app store is registered to the UK. Can't change till a new bank account open, as well, says Peter. So does that mean you aren't actually able to access the games? Because I know you were looking at Rugby Pass at one stage a couple of weeks ago, weren't you? So whether or not you have been able to do that, hopefully you are able to find some sort of highlights of these games. But I will try my best to keep you informed. That's kicked in behind by Jordan Hendrickson, setting up nicely for Hogg. 30 metres out from his own line. Now he is driving forward. Stuart Hogg found a big gap up the middle, and he is still going, Stuart Hogg, but he has been dragged down now 40 metres out from the Sigma Lions line. Owen Farrell, quick hands there out the back line. Josh Adams stepping on the inside, and he has been dragged down. Vincent Tachuka, I feel like it's going to be a danger man there. Oh, it's an advantage now for the British and Irish Lions getting the penalty. How's that, Kiwi lad as well, says Carl. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in, Ninja fan. As said, I apologize. I have to go. No worries, mate. It is all right. Hopefully, you do get to catch the highlights a little bit later on, because by the looks of it, could be a very high-scoring game between these two sides. Currently 28 minutes in. If you haven't already, be sure to vote in that poll that I have got in the chat in terms of how many tries you think the British and Irish Lions are going to be scoring in this one. And we'll have a quick look. And at this stage, the most popular is 3 or 4, and then followed by 5 or 6 as well. We'll have to wait and see whether or not that is the case. Now it is going to be going to the back, going to Falatau now. And at this stage, they have been told to use it once. Jamie George at the back of that rolling maul. The Sigma Lions trying to shut it down, but now they're starting to make a couple meters. Little offload out the back. Now it's going to be Ali Price into the hands of Owen Farrell, and that was a bit of a miscommunication there. Owen Farrell, not a happy man with Price. And that just didn't quite work out for the British and Irish Lions. And we have got, 5 seconds of action and 30 seconds of hydration in the NFL. And also we have got Prem Sports Asia says they offer it. Can't download bloody app as well. Have they acquired Rugby Pass? It's a good question. I feel like Rugby Pass at the moment are kind of up in the air in terms of what they are going to be doing in terms of licenses and whatnot, because they have been not showing as many games as they used to. I don't think Rugby Pass kind of been transitioning away, which is a bit of a shame. And we have got been away from your commentary, Mr. You Kiwi lad, as well, says Carl. It is good to see you back now, though, mate. What time is it where you are at the moment? Do let me know. And I assume maybe it is going to be sitting around that 6:30 p.m. if I'm not wrong. But yeah, at the moment, time zones are not my thing. It is currently -1 degrees here in New Zealand where I am situated. So yeah, hopefully it does warm up a little bit. Maybe tomorrow, because or else it is going to be very chilly at 6:30 as well, says Carl. But I have got the fire going, so hopefully that lasts. I've noticed that the cat has disappeared. Did anyone see where the cat went? Because I'm not too sure whereabouts he would have gone. Maybe he walked away. I'm not too sure. But we have also got in there 101 people and 17 lights come on, or on the live stream. Come on, people, pull your finger out. This guy deserves a like. Get on it as well. You heard the matter. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. It is usually appreciated. No one knows how to make a sport more painfully slow and boring than the NFL as well, says Scrum Less. That one has been fed into that one now. And it is going to be the Sigma Lions who have got that one. The front rows have gone down off the back now. It's going to be back, and Hendricks are going to be clearing the lines of the Sigma Lions. Big kick downfield. Oh, it's been dropped by Hogg, but it went backwards. Gaining a little bit more time and possession, or territory, for the Sigma Lions. Stuart Hogg now trying to find the gap, though. Trying to take it straight back. Ali Price goes across the hill. Oh, it's a miscommunication once again. And at this stage, that just keeps on happening at this. Oh, no, it's a miscommunication for the Lions as well. And that is the Sigma Lions, I should mention. And now it's going to be a scrum feed for the British and Irish Lions. Are you streaming USA versus England? I'd like to. It's just whether or not I would have recovered from how many late nights I've been putting in for these live streams, and also just watching all of the rugby that's been on. But I would like to. Feel like that would be a pretty good game to watch as well. Will England win it? That's a big question. Do let me know in the chat. And we have also got 21 degrees in Port Vila. I would take 21 degrees every day of the week at the moment. But unfortunately, every day of the week, we are looking at around 9 degrees, somewhere around there. So hopefully the sun is out tomorrow and it's a nice day. I'll probably actually see the sun with what time I will be ending this live stream. So we'll be able to tell you guys whether or not it is coming up. But at this stage, 40 meters out from the line, 32 minutes into this one as well. And they went a little bit early there. Now it's going to be Ali Price goes back. Little backline movement, set play here. Owen Barrel on the outside, little grubber. And Lewis Rees-Sabat trying to get in. And I feel like that is one of the tactics that they have decided to go with. It is just a case of make the man who has got plenty of pace chase the ball. And it has been working decently for them so far with that little chip kick from Harris that led to the try of Lewis Rees-Sabat. And we almost got there 50 plus for England. Says Peter in that one. That's going to be taken there. Oh, it's going to be Ali Price up the middle between the posts. And he has scored the try, done the roly-poly. And Ali Price scoring the third try of the match for the British and Irish Lions. And at this stage, the Sigma Lions, they are unfortunate not to have a try on the board. All the tries for the British and Irish Lions pretty much straight out in front for the kicks as well. So I am going to put it that it is going to be a try. Been raining whole week in Cape Town. British and Irish Lions must still play my team, Western Province, as well. Says Cohen, I believe they are playing them in about 14 days' time. If I'm not wrong, I think they are playing the Stormers. And then from there, they are going to be moving on to the test matches up against South Africa. And when we saw South Africa play yesterday, it was pretty awesome. The first time in a very long time We have got to see it. Owen Farrell once again with this kick, currently 33 minutes into this match. And he has got that one straight down the middle there, Owen Farrell. While we are waiting for them to get back to halfway, I will also bring up some stats for you guys so you know exactly where this game is being played in terms of on the field. But the first match of the British and Irish Lions Tour, the first match that they have played in South Africa, unfortunately no crowd there, but it seems like it is still going to be a very good atmosphere at the ground. 56% possession for the British and Irish Lions, or sorry, for the Sigma Lions there. So they have had more and also more territory, but unfortunately they don't have more points on the board, and because of it, it means that now it's 21-0 to the British and Irish Lions. Going high now, taken nicely by Johnny Hill, and that's the thing. My video that I was going to be releasing of me playing into this game on Rugby Challenge 4, this isn't actually a mile off what the score was sitting at after this amount of time, which is kind of weird, and I feel like it's been happening this weekend, but I haven't had enough time to edit those videos to be able to get them out before the matches. Taken nicely by Phil Ewan there, and he is going to be tackled there. The knees are on the ground, so they have been told to release him there. At this stage, are they going to be able to get a try before the end of this first half, or maybe the British and Irish Lions can get another one? At this stage, 34 minutes in and 21-0 at the back line now. Going to be looking for a bit of a fend there, almost finding the offload was the number 8. Which in this one, they say it's Frankie Horn, but it's not Frankie Horn. Or is it? Yes, it is, and he's offloaded it. It's going back into the hands of the captain. Ordendale tries to step on the inside, but he is tackled there by Farrell. And that is going to be 10 metres out from the line. They just won't let them through at this stage, the British and Irish Lions. Phil Ewan now fires the white ball. They've got numbers on the outside. Vincent Tachuka running hard, and he scores the try. But he's done his shoulder. Oh, this isn't good. At the moment, it looks like he's hurt his arm. And that is not what you want to see. Vincent Tachuka, he is a dangerous player with ball in hand. And the last thing you want to see is him getting injured there. Doesn't look comfortable at all at the moment. Hopefully he is all right, though. You don't want to see injuries. He looks disappointed. It's as if he knows that he has possibly done some serious damage to that shoulder. And it's the last thing you want to be, or the last thing you want to see, I should say. That was a good run by Burger Ordendale, making a few extra meters for a side. Tackled by Farrell in the end. But then it was a nice little pass out from Phil Ewan. Went out to Vincent Tachuka. The men on the outside. Josh Adams didn't really have a choice other than to really just stay in the middle of nowhere. And because of it, it is the try for the Sigma Lions. Getting them a little bit back into this match. But Tachuka, at what cost? He could be out. Oh, it's a hard landing for the man. And unfortunately, I hope that's not going to be the end of his night, because he is a talented player, Vincent Tachuka. But unfortunately, is his night going to be gone? Or is his night going to be done, I should say. That one has gone over. So now the score is going to be 7 to the Sigma Lions and 21 to the British and Irish Lions. Is he continuing here, Vincent Tachuka? He's acting like it was just a stinger. But I'm pretty sure it was a little bit more serious than that. But that one now means that it is going to be 7 to the Sigma Lions. Very nicely done from them there. And we have got, they just need regular T1. Good players as well. Give a round of applause for Georgia. They played so good in the first half. Yeah, they are impressive, Georgia. And I feel like they're not too far off getting it right and being able to really challenge some of these higher ranked teams in the world. And we have also got there how the Finn Russell, Farrell, Perrin looking. I'm excited to see that. Finn Russell at this stage, he is playing his natural game. He has done a few cross kicks, little grubbers. And Farrell outside of him, I think Ali Price and Farrell at the moment are having a couple problems in terms of that chemistry. But overall, Finn Russell seems to be slotting into that number 10 role quite nicely. That one has gone into touch there. And that means now it is going to be the line-out throw for the British and Irish Lions. Currently 3 minutes left in this first half. We will have to wait and see whether or not there will be another try in this matchup. They have taken that one quickly now over the top. Chris Harris there, trying to find the offload, not quite able to. And Vincent Tachuka straight in that breakdown, trying to get the ball, not quite able to. For his side arm, Farrell goes back now. It was Falatau taking contact there. Finn Russell fires it out the back line, goes to Stuart Hogg, who is getting tackled a little bit high, I think. So it might end up being an advantage. Yes, it is. Now it's going back to Courtney Laws, who is trying to find that gap, but almost on the ball. He's given away another advantage there. The Sigma Lions, Kyle Sinclair going back now. The back line's looking sharp. It's going to be Chris Harris. He has been aggressive with where he is running in this match so far, going short side now. Out into the hands of Russell, flat ball out to Johnny Hill out on the wing. He is dragged down just inside of the 22. Price goes back to Sinclair. Doge now getting a carry. Offload into the hands of Jamie George, the Englishman, linking up. He has been wrestled down to the ground, or it was actually Wyn Jones. He looked a bit like Jamie George there. I think it was the strapping around the head, but nonetheless, it is going to be now a penalty for the British and Irish Lions. We always got did South Africa let the Georgians in. Good call as well, says Peter. Yeah, in the end, they were able to travel, which I feel like is pretty surprising because of the fact that a lot of South Africa are now in level 4, and I think that is actually the highest level they have. So hopefully it's not going to be ramping up any more than that, because the last thing we will want to see, of course, is any of these games being cancelled, but there's probably still a little bit of a chance that that could be the case at some stage throughout this match as well, or throughout this tour, I should say, as well. But nonetheless, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is hugely appreciated. We have been doing plenty of late nights throughout these couple of weeks for the British and Irish Lions tour. So if you want to help us out, please do, and smack that like button. But now it is going to be a blood bin for Smith. So coming on to replace him, it will be the man in the number 9, or sorry, the number 21 jersey, and that will be Morne Vandenberg, who will be getting an opportunity. This is feeling a little bit too similar to the match I played on Rugby Challenge, because he also went off with an injury later on in the match. It's as if they've kind of watched my footage and decided, you know what, we'll just make the game the same as that. But we will have to wait and see whether that will be the end score. And if it is, that means that the Lions will be able to score a few more. I didn't say who, but I think both sides actually score a few more points in my one as well. But now it's going to be the rolling ball for the British and Irish Lions, trying to get it going forward. Going to be tough for them to do, though. It has been dragged down to the ground. The British and Irish Lions currently only around 10 metres out. Ali Price there going to Laws, linking up with Otoje. And they are still 5 metres out, looking for that wide ball. Goes to Finn Russell now. Oh, it's a big contact on Reece Samet, but they have still got possession. Finn Russell goes out to Stuart Ogg, sells the big dummy, does the step as well. Stuart Ogg still going close to the line. That's going to be an advantage to the British and Irish Lions for the player not rolling away. The player was trying to contest for the ball, but you are not able to. Oh, diving over the top, and he's got it down. And at this stage now, it is going to be the British and Irish Lions scoring once again. And that's going to be half-time. That is exactly what the score was in my game that I did on Rugby Challenge. And I actually played as both teams throughout that first half, so I'm confused. We'll have to wait and see whether or not that is the case at full time. We have got, it's best for South Africa to play the Rugby Championship in New Zealand and Australia, who scored at the British and Irish Lions, says Marlowe. So far has been the tries of Reece Samet was able to get the first. Then it was Hamish Watson who was able to score the second. Third went to... Who did third go to? Third try went to one of the backs. I'm trying to think which one it was. Was it a back? Who scored the third try for the British and Irish Lions? I feel like I should be able to remember this, but I know he scored it between the posts. Who was the player? Oh, they're checking the clean out here at this stage. It gives me a little bit longer to think about. Who scored the third try? I'm going to have to look this up quickly to work out exactly who it was, because I feel like I should be able to remember, but I have completely forgotten. It was Ali Price who was able to score the third try. And then the fourth one was scored by Wyn Jones, possibly just then. But we are waiting to see whether or not it is the case. We will have to wait and see whether or not that is going to be allowed. Jaco Piper there on the touch judge role here. We have got Price indeed, as said. Yes, it was indeed. And Lewis Reece Samet and Watson, as well, says Peter. And also most Africans, I know, prefer Euro for some, or for time zone and money as well, says Peter. And we have also got in the chat Wednesday night, British and Irish Lions versus Sharks. Yeah, that's the game. I feel like if that game was played as a weekend game, there would be a lot more eyes on it. But because of the fact it's kind of, I don't know, the Sigma Lions almost are one of those sides that people, because of the fact that they have been not doing too great in the competition, I don't think people are following them as much. Wyn Jones prop as well, says Carl Peterson. They are saying that it might be reversed here for a neck roll. Yeah, Courtney Laws there, maybe a little bit of a neck roll. So because of it, that would be a no try. So that is a big moment if that is the case. And that's because of the fact I think that it decided that it couldn't be exactly the same as my simulation. That's what the logic we will be going with this. So it is going to be neck roll, Courtney Laws. And because of it, it will be the try disallowed for the British and Irish Lions, I believe, which would mean at halftime it will be a penalty to the Sigma Lions, only a few metres out from their line. He uses the neck as the lever, as the call, and because of it, it means now Dangerous clean out by 6 red. Okay, nothing more than a penalty. So it means that it is going to be disallowed try here. There we go. We have updated that one. We have also got their gutting as well, says Glenn. I wish he had been able to score Wyn Jones. I feel like it's one of those ones that when a prop scores, or a forward for that matter, you always want it to be an allowed try. It's like when the prop, or it was actually a lock in one of the Super Rugby Trans-Tasman games. It was the man in the number 4 jersey, I believe it would have been Jeremy Thrush. I was rooting for him to be able to score the try. He had the opportunity, but then he ended up fumbling it just before the line, and my heart just sank for the man because it looked like he had the perfect opportunity. That is a good kick downfield from the Sigma Lions there, and they are not finished attacking in this first half by the looks of it. What's the score, man? 21-0 at this stage. Courtney Laws versus Evan Etzebeff. Fights galore. Yeah, that's going to be one of those matches. Like, those two players, like, they're both players who love to get that physical battle going. And with both of them out on the field, it could be a very interesting one, that's for sure. Going to the front there. Going to go back now. Oh, it's been knocked down by Maro Toge. And because of it, it's a knock-on advantage for the British and Irish Lions. I think that's almost going to be a penalty. Is it? No, little knock-on. And that means that it is going to be going into halftime at this stage. It is 7 points to the Sigma Lions, 21 to the British and Irish Lions. Right, we will update this here. Halftime at this stage. That is the score. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not that is going to be the case in the second half with that many points being scored. I'll open the show game, please. Can't hear what you say. I'm definitely to watch. I'm serious, as well, says Francis. Unfortunately, due to licensing, they do actually take live streams down anytime that someone plays any audio. So I am sorry, Francis, rights issues, as well, says Peter. Yeah, I wish I was able to show it in the corner. It would have been pretty awesome. Carl has said just subscribed. I thought you were an old viewer, Carl, but I do appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, mate. It is awesome to see. Looking forward to seeing Bundy Arki coming on. He's an animal on Crash Ball. Yeah, he is dangerous with ball in hand. Also, Elliot Daly going to get an opportunity, which is a name that some people possibly have forgotten is in that British and Irish Lions side. But like I mentioned a little bit earlier on, they have made so many changes in the starting lineup for the British and Irish Lions. The only player who was playing the last match up against Japan who is still out there is actually, it was Josh Adams. That is the only one. I forgot, mate. Love your commentary as well, says Carl. No worries, mate. And it is awesome to have you guys here for this live stream. I feel like it's one of those ones, if I was talking to myself at this hour of the night, it just wouldn't be anywhere near as fun as it is with you guys. So I have to thank you guys for that as well, because without you guys, I said you guys about 5 times. I feel like that happens as well when it gets late at night. I end up repeating words very often. But we are going to check some of the statistics of this match and see exactly how it was transpiring. I feel like the possession, yeah, it's still in the favor of the Sigma Lions, 52%, 56% territory, and then also 3 tries to the 1 in this one. Meters carried, double the meters carried for the British and Irish Lions, 255. Defenders beaten 16 by the British and Irish Lions to the 4 of the Emirates/Sigma Lions as well. Tackles made at this stage. The tackling success of the British and Irish Lions has been solid, 95%, 83 made out of the 87 attempted, and then 74% for the Emirates Lions here so far, 45 of the 61. So not ideal for them in that regard. And 1 line out turned over there as well. And we always got in there. You think the Sharks stand a chance against them, Hamish, as well, says Aiden. It's a hard one. I mean, if the Lions, we saw it in the kind of fixtures for the Lions in their past kind of history. Like, these are some of the matches that they have played recently in that Rainbow Cup competition. They have an ability of being able to hang in those games at times. So I feel like it's one of those ones. The Sharks beat the Lions 33 points to 21 and also 34 points to 26. So they were probably the only side who was really able to create a big gap in regards of that score. And it's still not that huge of a gap. So it's going to be interesting. But the Sharks, they are going to be missing a few Springbok players, but they have still got a very strong lineup as well. So it's going to be an exciting one. That is for sure. We have got British and Irish Lions will probably make many changes second half, which is what might prevent a blowout as well. Says indeed it is. That is a good point as well. I don't know where subscribed as well, says Francis. It is the red button down the bottom of the screen. So depending on what device you are on, if you are on a desktop or a PC, I realize now, although if you are deaf, you won't be able to hear me here, but it is pretty much that side down there is where the subscribe button is, if I'm not wrong. And we have got, may I ask, what are they known as? Why are they known as Sigma Lions exactly? I mean, on Wikipedia, it still says they're known as the Emirates Lions for sponsorship reasons. I think it is actually in the past week that it has changed, which is pretty crazy that it is that recent. But I didn't actually know up until I did see it very recently as well. You're going to be live for the Sharks game against the British and Irish Lions, Hamish. It is going to be kicking off at 5 a.m. New Zealand time. It's actually been brought forward an hour, which I feel like is something that has probably made it more likely that I will be doing it. I'm hoping to do all of the games, but then earlier in the day, it is going to be Australia versus the France. So that's going to be a good game as well. Sigma is their new sponsorship deal, and it doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well as Emirates Lions, but I feel like eventually that will feel like the new normal as well. Sharks can't even beat Western Province, a team that lost 80% of Springboks. So I don't know as well, says Carl Peterson. And also, bottom line is, even if you come on as a sub for the British and Irish Lions, you're playing for your test jersey. Every sub comes on playing their heart out exactly 60 minutes, or exciting 60 minutes plus as well. And yeah, that's one thing. I feel like that's like a part of the game that maybe people didn't realize in that game. Of course, for you guys who don't know, New Zealand were able to beat Tonga 102 points to nil, but Tonga didn't give up in that match. They kept fighting for it. They kept trying their best to be able to make it to that try line, but they just couldn't quite get over. I felt very bad for them throughout that one because they would have loved to be able to score themselves a try. But yeah, in the end, they just weren't quite able to, unfortunately. But yeah, nonetheless, we are just waiting for the second half to get back underway. So hopefully we aren't too far away here, but it is going to be an exciting second half. Still reasonably close. I get subscribed. So what now, says Francis, pretty much for a subscription, it's a completely free thing, of course, but it is pretty much so that when we upload a video, you will be notified on your phone or your desktop, and it kind of recommends our videos to you a little bit more often than if you weren't subscribed, and it can show up in your subscription feed as well. I believe that is the benefits of a subscription. Other than that, I don't think it actually has that much else that it does do. But other than that, it is very much appreciated for you guys hitting that button. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers, so maybe we will be able to get there by the end of this next week, perhaps. I respect Tonga for staying positive despite trailing over 100 points, says Carl Peterson. Yeah, that's the thing. Most teams at that stage would have been like, we don't really want to be here. But Tonga were like, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Like some of these guys on debut, 9 of their players in that starting lineup were on debut. And they went out there and they played with their heart on their sleeves. And the crowd were appreciative of that. Even the All Blacks, I think, were just showing that respect after the game because they knew that Tonga, like after all the stuff that they've been through, just to be able to come to New Zealand to play in this match, they're missing some of their players, but they still showed up. They still tried their best as well. And I feel like that is why it was, why it was such a great game to watch. And I hope I saw people calling it like the worst game of rugby they've ever seen and all of that kind of thing. And I feel like that's a bit of an insult to Tonga because of the fact that like they did actually try as hard as they could. They had some nice set plays, some nice ball retention as well at times. It was just that they got out-muscled by an All Black side and outpaced. And it is very hard to be able to keep up with the All Blacks when they were playing like they were. Whoever's got, will you be live for the Sharks versus the British and Irish Lions? I am hoping that I will be. That is going to be 5 a.m. on Wednesday, New Zealand time. So I am hoping that I will be up for it. And hopefully it is going to be a very good match as well. But looking at some statistics and whatnot, we will look, first of all, talking of the games, the next one is going to be at 5 a.m. on Wednesday. Like I mentioned, the Sharks taking on the British and Irish Lions. Next game after that, the Bulls are going to be the opponents. Then South Africa A. It's going to be exciting to see who they put in that South Africa A side. And then the Stormers taking on the British and Irish Lions to close it out. I am actually, while we are waiting for the second half to get back underway, though, I'm talking at an extremely fast rate. So I do apologize if I'm going too quick for you guys to be able to understand me. It is just the fact that it is late at night here in New Zealand, or early in the morning, I guess you could say as well. And anytime I get tired, if you ask anyone that knows me and hears me talk at this time of night, I just end up rambling completely. I feel like it's good for the sake of finding words to say in terms of, because of the fact that it is the live commentary, but it is also just complete nonsense at times as well. So I do apologize for that at the same time. But yeah, I am just going to check to see what my end score was in my match that I did play. And if it is right, I am going to be so disappointed that I didn't get it up. And if it is that close, I'll think about possibly trying to get it finished edited, even though it would be going into the morning here. We will look. What was the end score? What do we got? Oh, okay, right. I'm going to write that down. I don't have a pen. I have a computer, though, so I can just write it on that. I didn't think of that, which I probably should have. Right. So my end score was this to this. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I will have it there as a little bit of a something as a surprise. Out of the 4 South African teams competing against the British and Irish Lions, who do you think has the best chance of winning? Love the content, mate. As well, says Wayne. I would say if I had to pick a favourite for that one, I think it is going to be I think it would be the Bulls, maybe, or I don't know, the physicality of the Sharks, I think, could play in their favour. The likes of, if they have got the likes of, like the last game they played a pretty physical one. Unfortunately, they lost though, so I'm almost going to go with the Bulls because this time it is in South Africa. So I feel like it's one of those ones that their game against Benetton didn't go their way, but it was conditions well and truly that they weren't used to. So I'd say the Bulls, but it's still going to be possibly, could be a runaway for the British and Irish Lions, depending on how it goes. And we have got, I think New Zealand are so motivated from the World Cup, so I feel that Australia and South Africa need to watch out. Go All Blacks, as well, says Carl. Yeah, that's one thing Ian Foster mentioned. This man on a stick that I have got here, he is Ian Foster, the head coach of the All Blacks. Don't ask why I have this, but he is in this situation of saying they want to get themselves back to that ` spot in the world. And that is what they're heading towards. And we've got, I'll subscribe now, bro. I've chased a few British Irish Lions live streams in the past 40 minutes, and you are by a million miles the best stream I've seen, top man, as well. Thank you very much, mate. It is hugely appreciated. And I feel like it's one of those ones that hopefully the commentary is good enough so you guys can follow the game. I'm still very new with this old commentaries kind of thing. I've only been doing it, like, I guess you could say amateurly. No, you're probably, no, not even amateur. I've only been doing it on this channel for the past kind of like maybe 9 months or so. So in the old videos that we did before that, I hardly said a word. So this is kind of new territory to me. But I just love watching these games of rugby with you guys. I found a little bit of a community here on YouTube. And it's just awesome to see you guys week in and week out tuning in for them. It means a lot to me as well. We have got, I mean, if anyone can beat them, it would probably be the Bulls. And then the Bulls down it as well, says Carl. Sharks or Western Province have the better chance as well, says Carl Peterson, and the Bulls team without their Springboks. Nah, see, that's a good point. They are missing quite a few players because of that Springbok selection. Does make it a little bit tough. And that's the thing. If the Springboks end up with more injuries, more people are going to get added into that one. We haven't got the Bulls team without their Springboks. Nah. And also, good morning, all. Looking forward to a good clash as well, says Ski. And yeah, hopefully it does continue to be upwards in terms of the amount of tries that are scored in the second half. I did have a poll on my YouTube, on the YouTube live chat. And it was, how many tries are the British and Irish Lions going to be scoring in this match? 35% have said 3 or 4. 39% have said 5 or 6. So we're looking closer to maybe that 5 or 6 by the end of this match. We'll have to wait and see. But it could be a very close indeed. If you haven't already, be sure to also hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. It helps us out a lot. We are currently sitting on 2,935. So we are getting extremely close to the 3,000. I am excited for it as well. Find the game a bit boring as well, says Birdie. I feel like it's one of those ones. I think I've been having that much fun talking with you guys in the chat that I've hardly been paying attention to what is going on in the game. Like, I've been commentating it, but none of it has been going in the brain, unfortunately for me. But so far, we have seen a few tries that started off at a fast pace. Then from there, it was just attack and attack and attack from the Sigma Lions, just not quite able to get over the line, though. And then eventually they were able to. But the British and Irish Lions also having that disallowed try at the end of that first half, which if they had had that one would have been exactly the same as my Rugby Challenge game that I did play as well. Show the game, says Mystic. Unfortunately, due to licensing, if I was to show any footage of this match, the YouTube, copyright system, would end up taking us down, and we would be banned from live streaming for 3 months. So I am sorry, but yeah, unfortunately, it's happened to many people who have tried to do it, and they just end up losing their channels pretty much, which is something we don't want to do. Unfortunately, we've got your commentary is great, mate. As well, says Carl. Thank you very much, mate. I will say 7 tries for the Lions as well, says Mark Jones. So he is going for that 7 or more margin. It's going to be exciting to see if they can ramp it up in the second half. Of course, they would have 4 if that try wasn't disallowed. So another 4 in the second half would certainly put them well and truly on the winning board. And that's the thing. they've got a lot of changes, but the British and Irish Lions, they still want a big win here. And I feel like if the Emirates Lions / the Sigma Lions now with the new name, if they can somehow stop them from extending this lead too much, I feel like it's one of those ones that they may change a completely different combination for next week are the Sharks, because of the fact that like they have got 14 changes in that starting lineup this week. Like the only change that isn't going to be made, or wasn't made, I should say, was Josh Adams. He was the only one. Are you planning on commenting the World Cup games? World Cup, I assume that is, Nicola. But if that is the case, I am going to be definitely doing those games. We have got a couple years to go, although it may not be the World Cup, the W Cup. I'm not too sure whether it is the World Cup or a different cup. Do let me know. And we have also got there 24 likes. Smash that like button, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well. Very much appreciated. Currently sitting 5 a.m. here in New Zealand. My eyes are probably showing it at the moment. They are about as red as the kit of the British and Irish Lions, but we are still up. We are still rolling, and we are ready for the second half of rugby once again. It's going to be kicked off by the British and Irish Lions this time. They are playing a bit of the Lion Sleeps Tonight at the ground as well. This is very relevant for these two sides because of the fact, of course, both called the Lions. The Emirates Lions is the name that the Sigma Lions used to be known as, though. Kiwi lad, just grab a cup of coffee as well, says Carl. Yeah, but we got to time it right. Oh, Tachuka with a little bit of a fumble, and Farrell now driving him towards his own, currently only 10 metres out. And Smith, he has been bandaged up on top of his head by the looks of it. And now he will be kicking this one downfield. And at this stage, we have still got 40 minutes of action. At the end of this one, that one's going nicely back to Hendrickson. And he has kicked that one into touch. And that one has gone over the top. So now it's going to be a line out. We have got in there. Maybe W is Women's Cup, depending on what it is from Nicola. And we have got Hamish. Would you ever do a runner on the rugby field during a New Zealand game? Ever do a runner as in like streak, or just as in like just run onto the field? Because I feel like the size of me, I would just get absolutely like bulldozed by one of the security guards and probably end up embarrassing myself. That's a beautiful ball. And Josh Adams now with the step. He's going all the way. And that is going to be the start of the second half for the British and Irish Lions with a try. Josh Adams scoring another one. He was able to score in the first match. He's got another one here. That is the try that they missed out on at the end of the first half. Once again, going to be close to the post. Owen Farrell thanking him probably because of the fact that it is now going to be a nice, easy kick for the man once again. This was a nice seller dummy there. Beautiful inside ball by Ali Price. Step from the man in the number 11 jersey. Josh Adams puts it down. Is there a daily? Or Josh Adams, is there a daily as well? Says Carl Peterson. He is on the bench, Elliot Daly. So he may not be too far away depending on what they decide to do. I think they would probably replace Reece Zammit maybe. Unless they decide to rest Josh Adams a little bit because of the fact that he has been relatively busy, but that one goes over. So now the score is 28 to the British and Irish Lions, 7 to the Emirates Lions / Sigma Lions. But Josh Adams, that step was dangerous, stepping straight around the man in the number 14 jersey, puts it down. But yeah, going back, or is there a delay? Sorry, that is delay, not daily. Yes, there's a little bit of a delay. I'm currently 42 minutes into this match, so I'm probably about a minute to a minute and a half before behind you guys because of the fact that I am watching it on Sky Go rather than on Sky. So that is what, the delay. Sorry about that. I said it as a daily, and I well and truly went on a rant about Elliot Daly as well. Now it's going to be Owen Farrell, goes out to Chris Harris, and the British and Irish Lions. Oh, it's been intercepted though. He's got a bit of pace to number 11, but not quite able to get away there. And that would have been Max Wane, a man who I said might be able to have a decent game, but he's been pretty quiet so far. Once again, the British and Irish Lions drag, I believe it was Scorman down. Going short side once again here. Finn Russell trying to rip the ball away. It's gone to ground though, 40 metres out from the British and Irish Lions line. And it is the Sigma Lions who are in possession now. Going back once again. Little offload goes into the hands of Vincent Tachuka. And he has been tackled. It is good to see that he is still out there running around because of the fact that he I think he had a dislocated shoulder in the first half possibly or something close to it, but decided to just keep on going. Now he is going to be driving forward once again here. And they have been shutting those forwards down very quickly in this matchup. Now it's going to be going out the back line a little bit though. A little bit of a sell of the dummy. And he's gone through the gap. He's got Max Wane with him. And that's going to be the try. They're not going to catch him with Max Wane. There's the man that I said at the start of the match. He has scored it. And now they are right back into this match once again. Going to be a nice, easy kick for the other end of the field now. British and Irish Lions looking dangerous at times, but so are the Sigma Lions having their moments in this one. He went in the end. It was just that short ball, ran round the outside. And then from there, Horn went on the outside to Max 1A. Plenty of pace, and Reece Samet wasn't able to catch him. That tells you that he has got a bit of toe, and he was able to score the try. Hamish sidestep security and give them a handoff and hug Bowden Barrett for me as well. Says Aiden, imagine if one day we can somehow get Bowden Barrett to do an interview on the channel. I feel like that would be awesome to be able to interview an All Black. Like, that would be the dream. Even if it wasn't an All Black, if it was a Springbok, I would well and truly take it as well. Would be awesome. But yeah, I would love to do an interview at some stage. I feel like I'm one of those guys who haven't really reached out possibly enough at this stage. But then it is probably quite hard to get people to come on the channel because of the fact that we aren't huge, but we're bigger than I thought we would be at this stage. Like, we had the goal at the end of 2021 or at the start of 2021 to have 100 subscribers, and we were near 1,000, and it just kept on growing like that. And that is what has made this year so crazy in terms of those numbers. And now it is going to be in the hands of number 14 for the Sigma Lions there. It's going to be called tackle release. Going back now for Smith. Passing it on to one of the big forwards once again in the front row. He has been driven down. I believe it was Nathan Macbeth who did get the carry. Going to go back to Hendrickson now. Phil Ewan. Going out the back line now once again. Now going to the captain. It's going to be, he almost pierced the gap there, but Chris Harris able to make the tackle on him. Going back now, Smith once again. Hendrickson goes to Tachuka. Gives it into the hands of PJ Botta, trying to break the tackle of Wyn Jones, but he is dragged down. Smith once again. Back to Hendrickson. Lobby ball. It's gone into touch. Not the best pass there. Unfortunately for him, and it is now going to be an opportunity for the British and Irish Lions. About 35 out from the Emirates Lions / the Sigma Lions line. Hamish, what's your prediction for Romania versus Argentina? Asking for bookies and a friend as well, says Sebastian. I wouldn't have a score to say myself in that game. Like, I haven't really looked into it enough, I don't think, for those two sides. Like, maybe, Argentina are going to win. It's just the case of how many by. Maybe by 30, but that is not a prediction at all. That is just a random number that came to my head there. But now it's going to be Falata once again driving forward for the British and Irish Lions. Now going back into the hands of Ali Price. Passing it to Laws straight over the ball was the Lions player, and he's got that one. I believe it was the captain, Berger Odendale, who got into that breakdown. And like they say, if you want something done right, do it yourself. And the captain, get him right in that ruck, getting aggressive as well. It's been taken back, so they aren't allowed to kick this one for touch now. We have got a donation. We have got appreciate your live streams. Here's to 3,000 subs, as well, says Carl Peterson. And that is ZAR 59.99. I'm not too sure what the exchange rate is on that, but I do appreciate that donation, mate. It is very awesome that you have donated to the channel. And yeah, it is hugely appreciated. It's Stuart Hogg now down that blind side. But yeah, at the stage, 28-14. Looks like we have a game on here as well, says Carl. Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see the end of it. All straight on the ball there, and it's going to be surely the ball. No, wasn't able to get it. Doge now goes back to Russell inside ball. Lewis Reece Samet hit hard in that tackle. Is that going to be a penalty to the Lions here? He's on the ball. Has he got it in his hands? No, he wasn't quite able to get it. Now it's going back. Finn Russell goes back now to Hamish Watson, the man who had scored a try earlier on in the match. He's gone popping out the back. Oh, he was almost able to grab it. Tell you what, that's about 3 rucks in a row that they've almost had the ball, but now they're under pressure. Josh Adams, little grubber of mine, going on the inside. It's going to be Jamie George chasing it. Oh, it's run away from him, Jamie George. And he wasn't able to get it, but somehow he didn't knock it on. So they have still got another opportunity here. It's going to be a counter ruck, and they have stolen this ball there in that one. Tell you what, back and forth between these two sides at the moment. Sigma Lions there, able to survive in that matchup. But now it is going to be driving forward once again from inside of their own 22. What's the score, says Ed Vogel. We are currently sitting 14 to the Lions, 28 to the British and Irish Lions. It is just the thing of anytime we get a donation, I do show appreciation to you guys by putting it up on the screen so that you do get your name up there, and a big special thank you, just like Carl got in that situation. And yeah, it's hugely appreciated for you guys donating. We had a live stream that other night. As some of you guys know, it went absolutely crazy. And because of it, like any money we get, we go straight back into the channel. So we actually funded the live streaming software. That's a run and a half. And it's the big man in the number 8 jersey. Oh, sorry, he's number 6. He's going to go all the way, or is he? Stuart Hogg is going to make the tackle. That is cover defense and a half, and the ball's come free. Stuart Hogg gets it. Only a few meters out. You've got to feel bad for the man because he just ran all the way down the field. There was Sangweli, or Sang. Oh, that was almost intercepted. Advantage now. And it is advantage for the knock-on. Lewis Reese have it down the wing. But it was the man Sangwini, I believe is the pronunciation. How many minutes are left at this stage? We still have another 31 minutes. Going back for the knock-on now by the looks of it. No, it is offside is the call. So it is going to be the penalty to the British and Irish Lions. You got to feel for the man. He ran almost the full length of the field just to be shut down at the last minute. But Stuart Hogg, he didn't give up in that chase. He just kept going. Saved a try big time there as well for the British and Irish Lions. My voice is trying to disappear at this stage because of how much talking I have done throughout this day. But one thing is for sure, and I've been absolutely loving it, it was Sangwini, I believe is the pronunciation. He just kept on running there. But Stuart Hogg, just on him well and truly. You could see he was going to be catching him. I know that people make montages of ultimate chase downs and whatnot, ultimate foot races. That was one of them. Extremely impressive there. And you can see there that the Lions, they're pretty disappointed. They've still got the Emirates Lions actually on their shirts at this stage. So it's one of those ones. I wonder when the new sponsor, probably New Year maybe, they will end up getting that sponsorship money coming in for the kits as well. At this stage now, Jamie George going to be going straight down the middle by the looks of it. With that line out throw, yes he does. Who's got the ball? It is in the hands of the British and Irish Lions on the halfway line now, going for that bit of a rolling maul. The Lions trying to shut it down, but they are creeping forward here. The British and Irish Lions. Jamie George at the back. He's broken off the back, almost able to break through the gap, but he has been tackled there by Vincent Dechuka. Now it's going to be Finn Russell goes back, awkward pass. Stuart Hogg claims it though. On the bounce, trying to find the gap. He has tried to find the offload as well. It has found the hands of Finn Russell doing the grubber in behind. Reece Samet chasing it hard. It's close to the touchline and it goes out there. And it was almost the cameraman getting cleaned up there in the end by Ulingo. But nonetheless, it has gone into touch, and now it is going to be, once again, the Sigma Lions under pressure. We have got Sangwini. Should have just kept his eyes on the try line, not look back. It's one of those ones. It's when you can sense footsteps, or kind of like he would have seen right in the corner of his eye. He would have seen something red just coming at him from behind, and it's kind of like, it's very tempting to just have a wee look, see how much time you've got. And then, unfortunately, you lose all your momentum when you turn your head. And that one is going off the back for the line out, little knock on there. And because of it now, it means that it is going to be, once again, with the Sigma Lions. We have got Hi from Only Aldo. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated you being here for this match between the British and Irish Lions and the Sigma Lions. And do let me know who you think is going to be winning this match. Do you think it is somehow going to be a comeback from the Sigma Lions, or are the British and Irish Lions going to be able to extend this lead? Flat ball there to the hands of PJ Porter. I have to say, I love saying that name. Hendricks sells a bit of a dummy, goes himself, but he is almost nailed in the tackle. Now he is. He's done the offload. It's risky stuff here. And it is going to be claimed there by Emmanuel Russ. They are only a few meters out from their line once again. It's one of those situations that last time in the first half, they were in this 22 for a very long time, going the other way. But now they are in that situation of now, they're kind of stuck inside of that 22 at the moment. Just Smith is going to be kicking this one higher. It's Dylan Smith. And that one has gone into touch. We have got to the cameraman fall over. Probably. I didn't actually see him go down, but I feel like with how close they are to the touchline, it only takes one player going super quick, and then all of a sudden you get cleaned up. We have got, are you a British and Irish Lions or a Lions player? And if you are Afrikaans, say hi. And Afrikaans, I actually not at all. I can't actually speak any Afrikaans at this stage. I'm hoping to probably learn a bit, because I have been following a lot of South African rugby. That's a penalty to the British and Irish Lions. Yeah, over the last kind of few months with the Rainbow Cup South Africa, I have been following a lot more rugby. I've been getting up. It's currently 5:15 a.m. here in New Zealand. I get up at all random hours of the night to be able to watch these games with you guys, and I absolutely love it. Everyone's got their Lions as well with the Great Britain flag, or the UK flag, I believe that is. It doesn't actually come up. It's just got GB, which I assume is maybe the UK flag. That was Big Man on the Block as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And where do you watch the game? I am watching it on Sky Go. So that is the only option really in New Zealand that we have got, or Sky is our option and our provider. But then the Springbok game versus Georgia wasn't actually on Sky, which was a huge shame, because I did get up in the middle of the night to do a live stream of that game as well. I was watching it through a VPN, saying that I was in South Africa, but unfortunately, yeah, just didn't end up being able to watch it smoothly. But now at this stage, the British and Irish Lions trying to get an attack going once again. 15 out, Mara Itoje around this side of the ruck. He has been dragged down. And at this stage, it is going to be danger for them. Courtney Lords goes into the hands of Falatau. He has been dragged down there. Great tackle once again by the Sigma Lions. Now it's going to be a cross kick. Goes into the hands of Josh Adams. Too easy for him. He is set to go closer to the post. And that is going to be another try for the British and Irish Lions. I think they've actually been watching my Rugby Challenge 4 video, because this is getting extremely close to what it was. And I feel like I'm going to be disappointed if it does end up the exact same, because I didn't get it out before the game. Is this game not being shown live for free on South African TV? I don't believe it is, unfortunately. I hope they do for the Springboks versus British and Irish Lions game, but it is hard to say. Here from the USA as well, says Remy, so welcome in, mate. And we have also got in there Malkanthi. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I said hi as well. Welcome in to the live stream. Simmons of the Monster as well. I believe he had the most tries scored in the Gallagher Premiership, if I'm not wrong, this season. He is absolutely tearing it up over there, and he's going to be coming off the bench as well. Can't wait for Simmons to come on. Looking forward to seeing how dynamic he can look early doors as well. And also we have got Yoako Nice as well from Only Aldo. And we have got Duhan Fundermerva playing against his old country mates, good winger as well. And that's the thing. They are actually, I feel like the wing position, they've got like a few young players, but they're probably like pretty stacked in that regard, because they have got the likes of Daly and all those guys kind of lurking, but they have got these young talented players like Reece Samet, like Fundermerva, who they now have that opportunity of being able to really kind of shine a limelight on in this series as well. Wales. Go on, Josh Adams as well. And at this stage, have all of the tries been scored by Welshmen? Not quite. I think there has been one try that hasn't been. No, Hamish Watson and also Ali Price. Is Ali Price Welsh? Where is Ali Price from? I feel like I should know that. Is he Scottish? Possibly, if I'm not wrong. Thoughts on the Springboks versus British and Irish Lions? I'm looking forward to it. Not looking forward to the fact that it's on in the middle of the night is my one problem. But yeah, it's going to be physical game for the Springboks versus kind of that technical kicking game of the British and Irish Lions. Could go either way, but I feel like it's going to be very exciting to see who is going to be able to get that win. That one is going short now, taken nicely there by Sam Simmons, getting his first carry, dragged down by, in the end, it was the number 14, Satoli, coming on the field. That is for Macbeth as well. Sadie coming on the field. That is for Dreyer, and also Borta coming off the field, and that is going to be for Vissenyer, making his way out there. Vandenberg also going to be staying out there for the rest of this one. The advantage now for the British and Irish Lions, that'll chip in behind. Into the hands now, all inside ball. No, it's a knock on, and it's going back for the penalty. We have also got in there Price Scott as well. And we have also got in there Ali Price is Scottish. I feel like I should have known that, but my brain just didn't want to tell me where he was from. And we have also got in there Britt watching from Portugal. Appreciate the coverage, mate, as well. Says Gareth, so thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Hugely appreciated you being our score margin for this match as well, says Ed Vogel. Well, the big thing is I'm going to show the name, or not the name, the number. This was my score in my Rugby Challenge 4 game that I played. I played as the British and Irish Lions for the first kind of 4 tries or so that I scored. Then I switched. This was the score in that game. So keep that score in mind, because maybe we're not going to be too far off it in this game. And I kind of hope it is completely right, but I also hope it's a little bit off, because or else I'll feel bad that I didn't get it up in time. That sounds bad. Didn't get the video up in time, I should say. That was a flat pass from Finn Russell to Hamish Watson. Currently 40 metres out, Price. Now going into the hands of Mako Vunapola. Getting his first carries of the British and Irish Lions. Finn Russell now going out to Stuart Hogg with a bit of a step. He has been dragged down once again by Manuel Russ. Going back now, Sam Simmons getting the ball in hand, tackled low. And that is one way that you have to shut down a player like him. You've got to just well and truly cut down the legs. Almost able to grab that one. Now it's going to be in the hands of Hamish Watson. He's pierced the gap there. Hamish Watson looking for the offload. Little knock on there. And now it is going to be in the hands of Funderberg. He is under a huge amount of pressure from Stuart Hogg. Almost gave him a pile driver there, Stuart Hogg, but he decides to take him to ground instead. And it's going to be going back, I believe, for the little knock on. That was a long advantage for a knock on there. And we have got, who's your favourite guy? Industry. Who's your favourite guy? Industry? Who's your favourite? I assume that is favourite in the stream now. Is that in terms of the Hamish got to Ali Price is Scottish as well. Says so. Is that the favourite player out on the field? because I feel like Sam Simmons making his way out there now probably has to be up there a little bit. But my favourite player for the Lions, that is the Sigma Lions, would have to be Vincent Tachuka. He just seems to be one of those players that easily could possibly make his way into the Springboks in the future, just with the way that he is playing. 84 watching, 26 likes. Come on, people, show your love as well. Says talking about wingers, Abalele Fussy, watch the space as well, says Wayne. He is phenomenal. Abalele Fussy, like, I've only just been starting following South African rugby very recently, and I'm very glad I did, because we're getting to see young talented players like Abalele Fussy coming through the ranks. And I feel like it's one of those ones, couple years' time, even now, he is going to be a danger for any side that he plays against, because he is quick. He is explosive when it comes to that pace, and also he has got a very impressive jump on him. The little kick of iron for the grubber with the British and Irish Lions. Now it's going to be Finn Russell. Now kicking this one in behind, a little bit of an awkward one out on the full. And because of it now, it is going to be going right back. And Finn Russell, it's one of those ones, he always plays the game with that kind of awkward kind of kicking game, I guess you could say. Or it's not really awkward, but it's very unorthodox, I guess you could say, which is why people find it very hard to read him. You know he's going in behind, but whether or not you are going to be able to mark it is a different story. We've also got in there as well, Sharks on Wednesday. Will be interesting to hear your view of the game. Thanks for your coverage. Game's not shown on the SABC, sadly, as well, says Gillian. Or is that Gillen? Maybe Gillian, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's the thing. I wish they show these games like for free more, like kind of widely, because of the fact that even the games for like the Rugby Championship, hopefully they are free to watch, because they're going to be very good ones. Lewis Rees-Sammet, little knock on though, and it's going to be the scrum feed. Like, I feel like if you go like the British and Irish Lions store, yes, it has that money factor, but your goal should be to get as many people watching rugby as you possibly can. And the way to do that is to broadcast it for free so that more people are able to watch it. Even if, like, I know it sounds like, even just give people a little bit of the taste of the action, like give them a couple games so that they go, oh, okay, this is something that I might want to look into getting a subscription for, or this is something that I quite enjoy watching. But if you're not even able to see the first game, it's one of those ones that people straight away get turned off the idea of kind of looking for it, because you kind of go, well, like, we're not able to watch it now, so what's the point, kind of thing, if that makes sense. We have got there, talk about Cheslin Colby, watch the space as well, says Carl Peterson, of course, very good player as well. Cheslin Colby back three for Springboks, Fussy a fullback, Colby and Mapimpi at the wings. That is a dangerous trio, that is for sure. That has gone down there. And I feel like with Willie LaRue possibly getting slightly close to maybe, I don't know whether is he close to retirement? Marco Vunipola Bear. Welcome into the live stream. Marco Vunipola is out on the field at the moment. So this is the first time. Tell you what, just because you have got that face as well, isn't it past your bedtime, mate? It is indeed, mate. Like, I haven't slept since 1 p.m. earlier today, which sounds late, but then I went to sleep at around 9 a.m. that day as well, staying up for the Springboks game, watching a lot of rugby. I am almost at that stage of just an autopilot, I guess you could say. But yeah, welcome into the live stream. It is good to see you. We weren't sure what happened in terms of whether or not maybe you got banned from watching our streams because of the whole debacle that happened last week with the donation train. But yeah, it is good to see you as well, mate. Are you going to be streaming all the British and Irish Lions games? I am hoping to. They are going to be at random hours of the night here in New Zealand, but as long as there is a provider here in New Zealand, I will be doing these games for you guys. That is the thing that before the tour was on my mind. I wanted to make sure that I can cover these games for you guys who aren't able to watch them, because at the end of the day, like, it's just so much fun to do, and you guys in the chat are always so nice as well, and it's just one of those ones that it's awesome. Tell me who's your favorite, as in the favorite in the stream, as well as only Aldo. I don't normally pick favorites. I try and keep it pretty impartial in that regard as well, and we have also got there people sleep on this wonderful sport. The sport is so wonderful to watch. There's Carl Peterson, and that was a big hit on Chris Harris there. He wouldn't have been feeling too wonderful after that one. Or Rees-Sammet getting driven backwards as well. The physicality has just had the dial turned up to 10 now. Marco Vunipola Bear goes back to Farrell now. Elliot Daly trying to pierce the gap, and he almost has, but he has been dragged down by Vincent Tachuka once again round the side there. It's going to be the replacement, Gareth Davies. Oh, that one's almost stolen. Or is it? It's going to be a penalty to the Sigma Lions as well. You are cool. As it says, only Aldo didn't get banned, mate. Just was busy with family things. No worries. Yeah, everyone was a little bit concerned. Like, people have been asking me over the weekend, where is Marco Vunipola Bear? But yeah, it is good to see you. Hopefully, all those family things did go all right, mate, as well. And also, I am keen to know how those renovations are going, because you normally give me around that weekly update. So how are we sitting at the moment? How's the kitchen at this stage? We have still got a whole heap of renovations going on in the house. We did the bathroom, the kind of toilet and laundry very recently. I'm still in the lounge. That's my bed in the background, but my room's pretty much ready almost. But I'm wondering whether or not I will just keep on sleeping out here. But the bathroom's getting done next week. So unfortunately, I'm not going to have a shower for like 1 day or 2 days. But I think we are going to go around to my grandparents' place possibly during that day. And that is going to be around that kind of time of the Wallabies versus France as well, which isn't ideal. And we have also got in there as well, yep, says Big Man on the block. And also Carl Peterson, I agree, Fussy can be seen as a real utility back. Okay, oh no, Sam Simmons. He ends up clearing the man. Oh, he falls awkwardly. Sam Simmons might actually go to the bin here for the British and Irish Lions. And we also got in there as well thoughts on Canada versus Wales game. I think it was one of those ones that it was always going to be one-sided. Like Wales did well. They scored, was it 60 points or 62 points or somewhere around there as well. But Canada, I feel like I haven't seen the game yet, but at this stage, it's one of those ones that maybe like Canada, they're still rebuilding a little bit as well, I think, if I'm not wrong. They're kind of in that boat of just really trying to find how to play that kind of rugby that they're suited to. But hopefully we do get to see more Canada games in the future. I want to cover some of them as well. I was hoping to cover that game as well as the Ireland versus Japan, but I almost fell asleep. So I had to keep myself awake during that time. So I kept myself busy by just pretty much sitting here in the corner going, don't fall asleep. And also just staring at a screen, which wasn't actually on rugby. I was editing at the same time. My eyes are trying to start watering now as well. We have also got their sleeping shooting mate as well, says Benin. Okay. What is happening, Sam Simmons? Is he hiding a little bit? I think it's going for the corner, so it is all right for Sam Simmons there by the sounds of it, or is it? Okay, he tipped in. So it is now going to be the line out for the, it is going to be the Lions who have got this one, the Sigma Lions, that is. And nice, mate. You are a nice and a cool person. As well says only older. Thank you very much. Sounds like an old man to hurry up, eh? As well says Marco Vonopolo Bear. Yeah, it's one of those ones, like we're slowly working through the house as we go. Like he's kind of doing it like he'll do a day here and then he'll do like 4 days somewhere else. So we're kind of squeezing it all. And he was doing a bit of sanding on the walls in my sister's room, who isn't actually living here at the moment. But yeah, we're slowly getting through it, which is good news. Me sleeping out. Oh, that's a hospital pass. Phil Ewan nailed in the tackle by Elliot Daly as well. Was the man who did it round the side now. My voice tried to disappear there. They're trying to stop him from the counter ruck. Now it's going to be Hendrickson playing halfback. Goes to Carlos Sadi. He is a big individual. Johnny Hill falling over the ball, and that is going to be the penalty. It's going to be taken quickly there. And now it is going to be Funderburg trying to find a gap. Little knock on. That's not what you want. Passed it to one of the big replacement forwards. I believe it was Sitoli, but he wasn't quite able to hold that one. Unfortunately, we haven't got what is the score. I don't think you've told us. As well as this big man on the block. At this stage, it is sitting 35 to the British and Irish Lions, 14 to the Sigma Lions. The try scorers for the British and Irish Lions, they were, the first try was scored by Reece Samet, then it was Watson. Also, it was Ali Price, Josh Adams, and another one who I keep on forgetting. And I feel like it's a different one that I've forgotten this time compared to the last time. Who was the fifth in this one? I can't remember. Has someone scored two? Who am I forgetting again? Haven't got it on the mind. Unfortunately, I keep on forgetting one of the try scorers. But then for the Sigma Lions, it was Tutuka, and also the other try scorer was the man in the number 11 jersey, which was Makswane. But now the British and Irish Lions, they're in a good position on the field here. Off the back, Sam Simmons goes to Stuart Hogg, out to Elliot Daly now. And he is broken out of the tackle. He is still going. Elliot Daly finds the offload. And it's going to be Gareth Davies scores it between the posts. I said they were in a decent position. I didn't realise that they were in that good of a position to be able to score the try. But that is another one. And that means now the British and Irish Lions. Oh, double blow of the whistle. Okay, they're just checking the last pass, but if it is going to be a try, it is Gareth Davies who was able to score it. I will update it for now, but we will wait and see. We have also got there Watson, Price, Scottish, as well. And people love you because you have 9Y streamers and the fairy lights as well, says Only Aldo. I mean, my fairy lights, I think they're just the normal lights in the room, to be fair. But they do kind of look a little bit like it. We've also got the giant inflatable Kieran Reid as well. You should stream Major League Rugby. Only few have access for the game. As well, says Ed Vogel. That is a good point as well, because of the fact that a lot of people have said that that is one of those competitions that is one for the future. What they just say? Forward pass or not forward pass? No, it is all right. Okay, for a second, the referee said it was a little bit suspicious when you went early to Owen Farrell. He's kicked that one. And now the score is 42 to the British and Irish Lions, 14 to the Emirates Lions. Rugby Madness this weekend, game after game after game. What a dream as well, says Marco Vonopolabia. There's no time for dreaming, that is for sure, when we have got as many games as there is. How's it, brother, as well from Betty. And also we have got in there we have got last 15 years Canada away off the pace compared to the USA. Used to be the opposite in the 90s. As well, says indeed it is. And also we have got Adam scored too. Okay, so he was the double up. Couldn't quite think of it for some reason. And also it is going to be Dan Creel out on the field as well. Taken nicely. Maro Toje just dropped by the forward there. Try time as well, says Birdie. And also we have got Oak family. Are all okay? Yeah, family. I say comes first. Glad you're back, brother, as well. Any more games on later, mate? I believe the next game is Argentina versus Romania. But I'm not sure whether we've got a provider here in New Zealand for that one. That one's gone into space, and now it's going to be in the hands of the man in the number 13 jersey. He's almost tackling the player without the ball. He had the ball, but he was tackling the other man on the ground there. Now it's going to be a big sell of the dummies. Zalinger over the top now. Oh, he's nailed in the tackle. That is a good hit from Josh Adams there. Tuchuka now driving forward once again. He'd love to get himself over the try line one more time. They are allowed to steal it, and Johnny Hill now goes out to Josh Adams. He's not only got the 2, he's going to have 3 now. And Josh Adams going for the corner, and he scores it, and that is the hat trick. Right, okay, this is interesting. Unless there are no tries scored in the next little while, my score would be completely correct if I was to actually have uploaded the video, which I haven't yet, unfortunately. And thoughts on Johan Lloyd? I'm not actually too sure who that is. I feel like I should know, but my brain at this time of night just ends up not quite working. So you may have to help me out a little bit more there as well. Tell you what, the chat is going extremely quick at the moment as well. We'll try my best to catch up as well, but it went out into the hands of Josh Adams down the wing. And once that man gets space, he is going to keep on running all the way to the try line, scoring his 3rd. Done very well, and he is doing well for Wales as well, because of the fact that if you are doing a tally in terms of who has scored the most tries in terms of country, Wales are right up there. And we have also got in there, good, nice to see you, brother. I've been MIA with family things, but I'm back as well, says Marco Vonopolabia. Wales hammered Canada up front, especially. That one has gone over right. I did mention earlier on about how I played a game of Rugby Challenge, and this was my scoreline. That is the scoreline of this match. This was my scoreline on Rugby Challenge 4. A little bit similar in terms of the fact that they're identical. So hopefully, it sounds weird. I hope there's actually going to be 2 or 3 more tries in this game so that I don't feel bad about not being able to upload it in time. People love you because you have 95 people that are watching and you have 30 likes on your video now. And I do thank you all very much for leaving a like. If you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Hugely appreciate it. Welsh players are just scoring tries as well. Sigma Lions, Tuchuka, Max Wane, British and Irish Lions, Louis Rees, Samet, Watson, Price, and Adams has got now 3 as well. Hello, Billy. How's it going, mate? Yeah, good. He's a very big talker up the Welsh as well, says Glenn. And also we have got any more games. I read that one earlier on. We have also got their try time. Go on, Glenn Owen as well. But now at this stage, the British and Irish Lions got this ball just inside of their 22. Marco Vonopola has that ball. I'll be honest, Marco Vonopola, I almost called him Marco Vonopola earlier on in the live stream. That is a huge kick downfield, and it's going to be pulling up 5 meters out from the line of the team that I have actually accidentally put their scoreboard down. Sigma Lions. There we go. We have got it back up now. And we have got Hi Jewel as well, says Jan. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And we have got Adam says 3 tries for the Lions now, or 2 total, as well, says Mark Jones. And I believe that would have been before he scored his next one in this one. So now he's up to 4. Very impressive from him. Cheers, chat and Kiwi Lad. I'll be sure to subscribe before I exit, says Wayne. Thank you very much, mate. And I look forward to seeing you for next week's game, or earlier than that. It is going to be only 3 days away. It is going to be the Sharks taking on the British and Irish Lions. And we have also got Family's Okay, mate. Just spend some time with me, brother, who's getting married soon. Thanks, Betty. Appreciate you, brother. Go the Bok as well. Try stands as well. And at this stage, the chat is going extremely quickly, but I will try my best to read through it. This is another stoppage in play. It's helping me out big time, and it's going to be a penalty. Owen Farrell going to be kicking for the corner once again. Let's go. In the chat says Glenn, and also Josh Adams. Boy, in the chat, how much time is left at this stage? We have got 10 minutes left in this matchup. How much percentage? How much percentage says 7 tries as well, says Carl Peterson. At this stage, we'll have a check in. It was only 7%, or sorry, 16% said that it would be 7+ in this match. So at this stage, they're getting close. They are sitting on that 7. So I guess 7+ does allow for 7 as well, but they could end up with 8 or 9 in this one. Cowan Dickey now with the first line out throw to the hands. Oh, this is dangerous. Courtney Lords claims that line out, and now they are pumping themselves forward here. The British and Irish Lions, they want to get another couple in this match at least by the looks of it. Going to be Gareth Davies now. Going back into the hands of Owen Farrell. Goes back now. Elliot Daly, and it's going to be Josh Adams gets his 4th. And that is 4 in this match for Josh Adams. He's seen what Will Jordan did in the match between the All Blacks and Tonga and said, I'll be having a piece of that too. Thanks, mate. He's going for the 5th, perhaps. He has done phenomenal in this one. Now I feel a little bit better that the scoreline isn't exactly the same as my Rugby Challenge one. But we have also got in there. Now it is 7+ tries indeed. Awesome stuff. You're welcome, mate. Yeah, Bok, I did well. I appreciate you as well, brother. And rightio, I'll be back. Cheers, Betty. You two are legends. Or cheers, Amish and Betty. See you later. Marco Vonapola Bear. And we also got their thoughts on Maro Toje. He's very good at getting under people's skin. And I feel like that is one thing that he can use to his advantage in a game of rugby. Like him against Etsabev, those two are going to be at each other's throats the whole game. And it's going to be one of those ones, it can lead to the other side getting too fired up. Like I feel like if we don't see a bit of collar grabbing between him and Etsabev, something's happening that's wrong, because those two, I feel like, are just destined to be able to have a bit of biff possibly in that game as well. We have got 3 this game and 3 total for the Lions. And up the Welsh test Glenn, and there will certainly be more tries. And Atoje's an animal greatest player, and that's coming from a Welshman as well. And we have also got the cat is playing, your cat is playing rugby. This stage, he seems relatively asleep. Hey, Billy as well, says Bertie. And that's one thing. I feel like it's so awesome. The community we've created. You guys know my cat's name. Like, it's one of those ones that, like, he always seems to pop in. And you guys know him, which is pretty awesome. That kick is going over. Very nicely done once again. And now the score is going to be 56 to the British and Irish Lions, 14 to the Sigma Lions here. 4 for Adams. This Carl Peterson, it is indeed. And also, we have got in there Adams, a beast for scoring tries. He's one of the best we ever had for his strike rate. Yeah, he just seems to be, he's just in the right place, right time as well. And then explosive pace for that man. Oh, out on the full now. That is not what they would have been wanting. Is this for real? Go Adams as well, says Mark Jones. Yeah, he's doing extremely well. And we have also got in there Adams, yes, from Glenn, and also Josh Adams getting a great try scoring bonus there. He's got a baby on the way, I heard too. A nice bit of pocket money there as well. And we have got Hindi. I'm not too sure what that means, but I assume it is something along the lines of Go Wales. No, I'm not too sure. You may have to inform me of a little bit of, I don't actually know any Welsh. Can you guys put a Welsh comment in the chat, but not actually put anything that's like a swear word? And I will try my best to pronounce it. Try and do one that's a little bit tricky. And that combined with 5:40 a.m. in New Zealand could lead to quite a funny little moment there. But yeah, do try and test me a little bit. But not that really long town name, because that one is just crazy. That's gone down, and it's going to be the penalty to the British and Irish line. Gareth Davies now taking it quickly, using the back line. Yeah, Elliot Daly out to go. Tell you what, Josh Adams, I thought for a second he was going to be able to get a 5th there. Gareth Davies a little bit low with that pass, but now it's going to be a flat pass. Cowan Dickey now got the ball in hand, breaking tackles as well. Cowan Dickey. Now, he ended up getting concussed in the final, didn't he? Or he may not have been concussed, but he got knocked out very, like, aggressively or violently. Oh, that's over the ball. And it's going to be a clean turnover. Yes, it is. And they win the penalty there, the Sigma Lions. And they have done very well just outside of their own 22 here. And they will be kicking this one downfield by the looks of it. I don't think they'll take the quick tap, surely. Yeah, they are kicking for the touchline. It is going to be Zalinger who will be doing so as well. They are saying that the passing has been very slick tonight, and I would agree both sides have been doing pretty well. Tell you what is that? See our pin 7+ says Jan Fender as well. 5 minutes left, says Carl Peterson, and how many minutes left? That was for Ed Vogel. Yeah, at this stage, only the 5 minutes. Lanfear Paul Jeonjik Gojrk, Shun Windrob Wool, Lanti Celio Gogo Goch, Aha. What did I just say? I feel like, well, luckily, whatever it is, I probably haven't gotten anywhere near the pronunciation, so I probably didn't say anything too bad if it was bad. But yeah, do let me know what that was. And I feel like that was about a 2 out of 10 for pronunciation. Sam Simmons now with the ball, and he is stepping as well. Sam Simmons, a little offload, but not quite able to link up with Henderson there. Straight on the ball. He's lost his footing there, so he's not allowed to contest it. Going back now into the hands of Zaylinger. Oh, charge down there, and it's almost sitting up for Henderson. But now it's going back into the hands of Fillion. Nailed it as a well legend. I feel like nowhere near it might have been the case there. But, you know, it was probably not an absolute terrible effort. I feel like I got the go part right, hopefully. Maybe. Maybe not, though. Now it's going to be in the hands of the number 18, or I believe he was actually Satoli, number 17 for them. Sardi now going back to Zaylinger, quick hands. Oh, that's a big hit once again. And the British and Irish Lions, they are actually being the more physical side out there at times in this situation. Oh, that's a neck roll, is it? It was almost a DDT. Little kick him behind from Phil Ewan, chasing it hard. And now, oh, he's got that ball. He's claimed it nicely. Little knock-on advantage for the Lions once again now. And Zaylinger looking for the kick him behind, going for the territory game. And it's gone out on the full, which means now they're going right back. I feel like that wasn't the right option there. You're losing this match by a lot of points. You just got to try. And it's been taken quickly by Stuart Ogle. That's been knocked on, though, by the British and Irish Lions. This one's going back and forth at the moment. Kicked in behind there by Fundenberg. Why are they playing the territory game here? The Lions, that one's gone down. And it is going to be pulling up just shorter lines. So Josh Adams now going to be clearing this one. Going down the middle of the field. Zaylinger claiming that on the halfway line now. Going across to Phil Ewan. Looking for one more gap, one more opportunity. With 3 minutes left in this game here for the Sigma Lions. Little offload once again now. In the hands of Sitoli. Trying to make his way forward. Oh, little knock on the ground there maybe. Yes, it was. And now it is going to be going back. Once again. We have also got in there Ish as well. I feel like I'll take an Ish. At this stage, absence of home crowds is going to be a big difference on the store atmosphere in a stadium non-existent, and an hospitality will of course suit British and Irish Lions. Yeah, that's a thing. I feel like it's just one of those things in my mind. The British and Irish Lions tour just isn't quite the same without the touring fans. Like, that's what makes the atmosphere. The home crowds always turn up as well because you're trying to match that intensity, and which brings like awesome atmospheres for these games. So it is a shame that we haven't got a crowd for this game or maybe any of the games, but hopefully we do get to see hopefully we do get to see crowds in the future in South Africa, because we know that they love to turn up in numbers for these games as well. The British and Irish team looks scary, bro. Box not ready for this as well, says Carl Peterson. Yeah, they're playing physically, the British and Irish Lions. Like, I thought maybe the Sigma Lions might be able to kind of outmatch them with physicality-wise, but their defense is looking solid. Sam Simmons now at the back there. Going to be short side for Gareth Davies. He's in touch. And they're going back for the penalty advantage now. We also got in there thoughts on British defence. Been pretty strong. That defence early on in the match, I believe it was from about the 20th or maybe around the 15th to about the 30th minute or somewhere around that mark. Like, they were always 5 metres out from the line, the Sigma Lions, but they just weren't quite able to get over that line, not able to get that final blow to be able to get that try. And it's one of those ones that it's like, yeah, it's a hard one. But I think the British and Irish Lions, they're going to have to play well. They're going to have good defence up against the Springboks, because we know that the Springboks defence is one of the best in the world as well, if not the best in the world. Rolling maul now. It's going to be at the back now. I believe it is in the hands of Cowan Dickey. Yes, it is. But he was the player who did get knocked out in one of those matches, didn't he? Very recently. So it is good to see him back out on the field. Marco Vunipola down on the ground. Marco Vunipola. Now it's going around the side. Cowan Dickey only a metre short of the line. 30 seconds left in this one. He has almost got that ball. And he has. And it's going to be a penalty there to the Lions once again. And we also got their defence is looking good. It is indeed. Try saying Kumari Blythe. Kumari Blythe. Maybe. For example, where the crowd would expect Bulls to have a strong chance without. Far less likely, yeah. I wish we had crowds for these games, but of course, with level 4 at the moment in South Africa, if I'm not wrong, does make it very tricky indeed. You what's got in there, Kiwi Lad? Thanks for the live stream. Get some sleep, mate. Have a good one. Cheers, chat. And Kiwi Lad as well, says Carl Peterson. And it is good to see you back, mate, as well. Hugely appreciate you being here. Also, thank you very much for your kind donation. It is hugely appreciated. Oh my goodness, walked away from the computer for like 30 minutes, and the score has changed a lot. Well, since Scrum Lass, and also I hope the Springboks are paying attention. Lol, British and Irish Lions are out for blood. Yeah, they've been pouring it on. And at this stage now, we have only got 6 seconds left. That is going to be the siren. So once this ball goes out, or there is a knock on or anything like that, it is going to be the end of the game. Close enough, bro, as well. Says Benden. Maybe if I have still probably well and truly butchered that as well. And this British and Irish Lions team kind of looks scary. I read that one a little bit earlier on, and we have also got there. Cowan Dickey was knocked out for a minute 1 week ago. Shouldn't be playing. That's the thing. I thought protocol, even if you pass the HIA, I thought it was a 2-week. Oh, it's a little knock on. It's the end of the game. And that means that the British and Irish Lions secure the win over the Sigma Lions here, 56 points to 14. Now, Scrum Lass, I know that you are a fan of the Rugby Challenge videos, and this is the score in the real-life match. This was the score in the match that I didn't end up posting yet, and it is extremely close to the real-life one. So I feel like now I almost need to try and get that video edited so that you guys can see how close it was indeed. Like, halftime was extremely close as well in that regard, but the Sigma Lions able to not quite be able to get the win here, but they still put up a decent fight at times in this games. And I feel like that is one thing that they will look at as a little bit of a learning experience, I guess you could say. Take what they have learned in this game back to the Curry Cup when they do play the Sharks next week as well. And we have got rate both teams' performance 1 to 10. Okay, British and Irish Lions overall. I'm just having a look through some of the statistics in this one. I would give the British and Irish Lions 8 tries scored. You got to give them pretty up there. So I would say maybe, how many penalties did they give away? I'm looking at penalties here, but I can't actually find out. I'm going to give them a 9 or 8. They had a couple little mistakes. I feel like an 8.5 might be around where I'm sitting, and that's because I feel like also while doing these commentary live streams, I can actually watch the game as close as I possibly should. It's kind of a weird one because of the fact that when I'm doing the commentary, even doing the commentary doesn't really process in my brain up until after the game. Normally when I see a replay, so I'd say an 8.5 as kind of one that I'm sitting there. The Lions. I'm going to say I'm going to give them a 4. That feels harsh, but then saying that 69% of the tackles they were able to make, they missed 33 in this one. Few handling errors, few penalties they ended up giving away as well. Actually, British and Irish Lions, few metres out from their line was actually, they gave away a few penalties. So I'm actually going to say for them, in that regard, they get an 8, is what I'm going to change that to there. But we have also got now in the chat, don't forget Wednesday night, Sharks versus British and Irish Lions, Bulls versus Bristol, British and Irish Lions on Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Man of the match, I feel like 4 tries, Josh Adams has to be able to get that one in that situation. And we have also got there in the chat as well. We have got, thanks Hamish for the live stream. Hey, thank you for streams over the weekend. You are a legend as well, says Birdie. And thank you very much for tuning into pretty much every single one, Birdie. Hugely appreciated. And you always are pushing the likes on these live streams. So that reminds me, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be back with more British and Irish Lions rugby. Also, the game between Australia and France is going to be another one we are going to be covering. We are currently 1 subscriber away from hitting 2,940 as well. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate your work today, brother. Genuine top man as well. And I appreciate you being in the chat as well. Bourne has said, show the game. The game is over at this stage. The Sigma Lions losing this one 14 points to the 56 of the British and Irish Lions at full time. So unfortunately, there is nothing left to be able to show, but there will be highlights on YouTube a little bit after the game that will be available. Thanks for the commentary as well. Said indeed it is. Thank you very much for tuning in as well, mate. Australia versus France on Wednesday as well. Yeah, that is going to be an awesome game to watch as well because of the fact that I feel like it's weird. Australia are the underdog when you look at the two sides a little bit, but then with France coming to Australia, missing Intermac and also Dupont, you're kind of in that situation of all of a sudden the Wallabies become the favourite and France become the underdog. So it's a weird bit of a balance at the moment. But yeah, we will have to wait and see how that one goes. Much appreciated. Great work. Enjoyed. Thanks as well, Seski. Thank you very much as well, mate, for tuning in. And we've got good night, Hamish. Enjoy your Sunday. Thank you very much, Aiden. And right back at you, although at this stage it is still Saturday night there in South Africa for some of you guys. So we aren't quite at Sunday yet, but yeah, Sunday here, currently 5:51 a.m. Oh yeah, not quite light outside yet, but it's getting close. We aren't too far away. I'll see you again sometime during the week as well, says Aiden. And I feel like now that the match is over straight away, it sounds weird. And it's like, it sounds bad as well. It's not relief, but it's kind of like almost you just feel more relaxed because I realize now, like, this is the last live stream of the night. It's currently 6 a.m. here in New Zealand, and it's kind of like that nice feeling of kind of, but I also have just thoroughly enjoyed this whole weekend of rugby. I haven't been able to watch as many other games as I would have liked. Also, I haven't been able to upload as many videos as I would have liked. I'm possibly going to look at maybe editing that one of the British and Irish Lions versus the Lions here and getting that one up for you guys as well very soon, as I was extremely close to the right scoreline there. But yeah, we will have to wait and see in that regard. And at least if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hugely appreciated all the support you guys have been showing on these live streams over the last few weeks. Cheers, mate. Get some rest as well, says BDV. And at this stage, I think I might be possibly, depending on how it goes, I might have something lined up for a little short post-match review for you guys as well. So I will quickly see if that is happening. I did talk to someone just a little bit before before the live stream did take place. So I have sent him a message just saying review with a question mark to see whether or not he is keen for it. Give that man a like and subscribe, people. Show your support as well. And yeah, at this stage, we have been growing at an insane rate. And it is awesome. Like, you guys in the chat always just seem to be bringing out an awesome community. Like, you guys are all just almost, I was going to say friends. And I feel like that is the best way to describe it. Like, you guys all just hang out in the chat while we do the live stream commentary. Some of you guys don't have access to the game. We try and provide that for you guys so that you can still follow along for the game up until the point of highlights and whatnot getting released. But yeah, it is incredibly awesome, the atmosphere that we have got ourselves here. But yeah, at this stage, we are just waiting to find out whether or not I have got a post-match review lined up. And yeah, we will have to wait and see. But in this one, I will talk a little bit about some statistics for you guys as well, while we are waiting to see whether or not we have got something lined up. 52% in the end for the British and Irish Lions for the possession. Only 48% for them in the first half, but 56% in the second. So they did up that. Also, territory was in their favour in that second half as well, with 68%. 8 tries was the amount that they were able to score. 507 metres carried. 33 defenders beaten. 9 clean breaks. They were looking incredibly impressive at times here, the British and Irish Lions, including the man who was able to get 4 tries, Josh Adams. 4 tries in a row. Very impressive for him. I guess not in a row, but all in the same match. Owen Farrell, 100% kicking accuracy, 8 from 8. But let's remember, quite a few of those were straight out in front. But then also a couple wide ones was able to nail as well. Lewis Rees-Zammit able to score 1 on debut. Hamish Watson on debut. Ali Price as well. And Gareth Davies, the 2 halfbacks, able to score 1 each. Then for the other side in this one, the Sigma Lions, Vincent Tsuchuka was able to score the first try. Looked like he dislocated his shoulder almost in the process, but he managed to score that try. And also Muxwane was the other man who was able to score it. Incredibly pacey as well out on that wing. And yeah, at the end of this game, it looked like maybe the British and Irish Lions, they were pouring on the pressure throughout the second half. And also that first half, they had 1 disallowed try of Wyn Jones, which almost would have given them a few more points as well. But tackling percentage for the Sigma Lions in this game, unfortunately, only 69%. They were able to make 76 of the 110, whereas the 90% for the British and Irish Lions, they were looking good on defence as well. It's one of those ones that are going to be a hard side to stop, depending on how it goes next week as well, or earlier than that. Or I guess it is next week, actually. Midweek is going to be when the game up against the Sharks is going to be taking place. We will put it up here for you guys as well. There we go. So the next game is going to be up against the Sharks. Then the one after that is going to be up against the Bulls. South Africa A are going to be 3rd/4th because of the fact that if we count this game, and then the Stormers are going to be last before the test matches up against the Springboks. And we have got, is Jones still injured, said Jan? He is indeed. I think he wants to make that comeback, but I don't think it's going to be happening until maybe late into this tour. So maybe at the test matches up against the Springboks, he wants to make a miracle return, but it's going to be one of those waiting games because I think he had a dislocated shoulder, if I'm not wrong, or some sort of shoulder injury. So we're going to have to wait and see whether that is going to be the case. But he wants to really, he wants to recover very quickly and get back out onto the field and be able to captain the side once again. Of course, Connor Murray is now the captain, although he was not in this game because it was Stuart Hogg, because of the fact that Murray did not get to start, and instead it was Price, and then off the bench was Davies. Yeah, at this stage, we have so South Africa are not just the Springboks as well. So is South Africa not just the Springboks? There's Jan. At this stage, they have got, because it is the kind of tour, I'm not sure quite what you mean, but I think in that case, what you are talking about is the fact that, yeah, they have got a few different sides that are going to be playing the Springboks, or sorry, playing the British and Irish Lions leading up to those matches between the South African international team, the Springboks, and also the other side, which in this one is going to be the British and Irish Lions. So the Sharks, the Stormers, the Bulls, and also South Africa A are all going to be made up of players who aren't in that international Springbok side. And then from there, the final 3 games of this tour, those are the ones that everyone is talking about. Those are the ones that everyone feels matters. And we are going to get to see whether or not we are going to be able to see possibly. Oh, I assume that is actually, maybe that was for is South Africa A, not just the Springboks. But in this one, I think it is kind of players made up of other kind of like South African players who aren't actually associated with other teams or something along those lines. We've got a national anthem at the moment. What's going on? Oh, Argentina are playing. I was wondering what happened. I was like, this sounds like a bit of maybe Spanish or Portuguese in my eardrums. But it is Argentina at the moment. They are playing Romania. It is the game straight on after this one that we did just witness. I see Pablo Matera there. Also, I see Kubeli back. He is back from the Western Force, and he did have a decent performance for them as well throughout the season. I feel like I'm almost going to start talking about this game as well. Okay, thanks, mate. Sorry for the confusion. No worries. I just ended up, I feel like the reasoning behind me getting a little bit confused is the fact that it's currently 6 a.m. here in New Zealand. So it's one of those ones that it's a bit of a struggle for me to comprehend everything at the moment at this time of the night. And we have got, hi there, Kiwi lads. Have you seen that there will be 4 tests between the British and Irish Lions versus the Springboks? Makes no sense to me. Says Wes, is that something that they've decided to do? Because that seems weird. Are they actually doing that? Because if that is the case, why? Because I feel like 3 tests is the perfect number, because you have someone wins one, someone wins the other, and then you've got the decider. But in that case, if that is the case, seems a bit strange to do. That is for sure. I will have a quick look to see whether or not I can find that information for you guys. But at this stage, Josh Adams has scored 5 tries in 2 matches for the British and Irish Lions. For me, it's still saying that there are only going to be 3. But then South Africa A are counted as kind of like a little bit of a separate one as well. And we always got, indeed, says West T. But yeah, they are going to be playing South Africa A on the 14th of July. But I don't think that counts, or that doesn't count towards the test matches. And at this stage, 24th of July, 31st of July, and 7th of August are the only 3 that I've got on my schedule that I'm looking at the moment for the tour. 4 test fake news as well, says Stefan as well in the chat. Yeah, I feel like anyone, it's like for the Rugby World Cup qualifiers between Samoa and Tonga, they are only playing a 2-match series. And that seems like a strange number because of the fact that what if one side wins one and one side wins the other? Then, like, I don't want it to go to points differential kind of thing. I feel like they need to have a decider, but also they need to have their best players from overseas coming back into that competition. At this stage, the Romania versus Argentina match is only moments away from kickoff. I'm probably going to end up watching it a little bit, possibly. I'll probably edit my British and Irish Lions versus Lions match that I was going to put out because it is very close to the scoreline that I ended up having in my match. I just wish I had edited a little bit earlier, but it is on Rugby Challenge 4. So anyone who is interested in a bit of rugby gaming, be sure to check that out. That will hopefully be coming out in maybe an hour to 2 hours or so, depending on how long it takes me to edit it. Hopefully it won't take too long, but yeah, we might have to wait and see. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream. My cat appreciates you all as well. And at this stage, thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be back on Wednesday with the France versus the Wallabies and also the British and Irish Lions taking on the Sharks. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. And I will see you all in the next one.